Nowadays they just talk, but they talk about nothing. Nowadays everybody wanna say something. Goddamn, I'm the man and it feel like it. Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please. I'm trying to get paid.
Hold up, wait a minute.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Got the homies Robo and Cypher in the building. Not really on Discord, but you know what it is.
In spirit, you know what I'm saying?
Virtual building. We're in the metaverse right now.
Yes, we are. We are whole ass in the metaverse.
AKA Fortnite.
I mean, at some rate, I think that is a judgment of how far you've come and how successful you are. Are you in Fortnite?
One day.
One day.
And it will be when Fortnite starts being like so popular, like it's dying out. And then we'll just add my skin there. It's like, hey, this just got you nobody ever cared about. Here. And then,
nah, man. No, we somebody.
Yo,
we somebody, okay?
The Nerds of Culture. The Nerds of Culture Battle Pass.
Well, no, wait a minute. No one in the chat will get this, but if they put Robo's boy Helen Keller in Fortnite, then you know we can get that bag too, man. We can get that bag too.
See, yeah, that is funny. That's the first time I've heard that joke from this side.
Yeah.
Not Helen Keller, man. That has no idea who we are, and we just immediately roasted his ass.
Hey, man, look, hey, Harris Heller's all right, man. He's all right.
I blame it on the dementia, because what's funny is, like, I leaned into it as a joke, but it's something my dad always did. He'll be like fucking up names, and I'll be like, man, you know their names. Like always say, it's not even that funny. Like, what are you doing? You just make it. And then I find myself doing it, and I'm like, I'm not even really doing it on purpose. I just really can't. I can't. And all I'm gonna say is the name that just like, and for some reason, Harris Heller, the first thing that comes to mind is Helen Keller. So I was.
This is the first time he actually said his name.
Oh, just now?
It's the first time that because for the longest I was convinced like he genuinely does not remember his name.
I thought the same. And
I was like, cool. We don't know.
Well, I typically don't until you all say it. He just said it. He said it first. That's all I knew.
He's like, oh man. But no, we got a show. And we and not only do we have a show, we got you guys. He said RL says first you gotta get the 100K. He said you get the 100, you get the 100K, then you get the Fortnite, then you get the power. There you go. See, that's
look, I appreciate the love, and I don't, it's not like what I'm about to say means it's not gonna happen. All I'm saying is I think it takes a little more than 100K.
Well, look. Okay, maybe 200.
Baby steps.
Yeah, 200K. 200K. We get the 200K we're in.
How many subscribers does Batman has? And he's on Fortnite. I'm just throwing that out there. I have not seen that one Batman video talking about how great Wayne Tech is.
What is
Hold on. I'm gonna check something real quick.
I know where he's going. I just
want to say Batman, Instagram, 1.4 million followers. Of course he's on Fortnite.
Bro, you know what we baller? You know how Fortnite they be doing like those concerts and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Nerds of Culture live podcast on Fortnite. And just motherfuckers building shit around us. Just
that would be
shit.
wild. I would take that.
All the Chuds actually shooting at us. Like, that would be dope.
Like, man, we'll get those wokies. We'll get them. But no, you know how it goes. First off, let's roll back a little bit because man, you know what we got? Man,
we got papers.
Off rip. and matter of fact, yeah, I'm actually kind of glad we have this because it actually shows me how far back these things kind of go. But we got a couple of we got a super chat and we got a donation. We got a donation that we want to.
Oh shit!
That we want to address,
donation?
man.
We don't. I love unreported income. Let's go.
All I shit. I learned my lesson. My shit's all reported.
Man, look,
they got me one too many times. I'm over here making $300 a year reporting it. HR Block's like, why? You don't have to do that if it's that loud. I don't care. Just
it's like
I write somewhere that I showed you that I made.
Y'all ain't gonna give me. He's like, y'all ain't gonna give me.
The H&R Block lady just pay her out of her own pocket. She just reach out. She just get a couple of 20. like, here you go, bro. You.
Go ahead, read the chest. We always do that. Damn, I feel bad. And he even said it too. He's like, all right. Here's what I'm gonna do right now. That'll stop us. Like, yeah, we're still gonna interrupt you.
He's like,
hold on, time out. In our defense, when he was talking about the super hentai, Zentai, what'd I say?
Super Sentai.
Okay, cool.
That's motherfucker.
He interrupted himself. Just throw that out there. But yeah,
that is true. I do that sometimes. We got Gokon Sure's baby's father who hit us 3 hours ago. With the $2 super chat, says they were on demon time writing season 4 of The Boys. Dude, they really man. I don't know what dark magic and sorcery Eric Kripke subscribes to, but
it's called agenda sorcery.
Yeah, agenda sorcery. Agenda sorcery. the agenda gun is that what it is? You got the Sharingan, you got the Renegon, and then you got like the agenda gun. That's
yeah. And you got rainbow eyes and shit.
Oh yeah, just right. Yeah, dude. Can someone make that? Can someone make that a thing? Can we make that a thing? Like eyeballs with rainbows in them, and that's the agenda gun.
Domain expansion. Woke.
Domain expansion.
Woke strain.
Look. Now hit him with that pain. Be like, almighty woke.
Almighty bottom or some shit
right?
like that.
Like whole internet just blow up.
In the domain here is WAP playing in the background.
Oh my god, yes. This is what I show up for. This is what I show up for. But no, we got our guy out here, Sigfang, Architect of Sin, with the 100. Actually,
wow.
Yeah, I didn't see it at first. I was like, wait, 100? 100?
Sugar Daddy got
you about to read that all normal like.
Right.
Hey, Sugar Daddy got some competition, bro.
Can you imagine seeing that and being like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't care how big this channel gets. 100K, 1 million. Mm-hmm. It's a low-key annoying whenever I see some shit like that on some other streamers. And I'm like, okay, and hey, thanks for the super chat, 150. And they read it. I'm like, man, fuck you, man.
Look, it's Tuesday.
To $100. Thanks, appreciate that. Playing Shadows of the Elder. Right? Get the fuck out of here.
I'm like, look, man, you better put some respect on. Like, you better put some respect on that shit.
And I'm saying that shit with only 60% haterade, because part of me is like, you bitch. If that would have been me, and who knows, I could have been that guy. I'm like, hey man, thank you for the 60. I appreciate you.
Some people all about them. We still haven't gotten to it either. Sick fan, we'll get there.
Yeah, look, hey, he's playing Elden Ring. He won't know this.
Yeah, he doesn't even know. But he's like, some people all about like what is it, optics, right? I'm like, I can't get too excited.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna make me look broke. It's gonna make me look like new money. Let me
No
tell you,
money.
I don't care how much revenue I end up getting. I'm gonna be excited for 100s. I'm just saying.
No,
Fucking sure.
100%. 100%.
Shit, I'm excited for over $15 over on Left Face side. Shit.
No, tell you know what's crazy though? That the person that's saying that is the person who doesn't do reactions well.
Who?
You. Like seeing you excited or having a overt reaction to anything is rare. So unless it's $100
not on stream. Oh, you mean like in real life? Yeah, in real life with gifts. Man,
It's like
just ask the people in my life. That's rough.
Just keep the receipt. Just keep the receipt.
Nah,
you shouldn't have.
I don't understand why that it's bad. Why that's rude. I don't get it. You bought me a gift. If I don't like it, I'm like, oh, dope. I actually wanted a different one though. So you got that receipt so I can swap that out? And then they get mad at me. Don't you want me to like the thing that you got me? That don't even make any sense to me. Anyways, let's read this damn thing. Let's read this damn thing.
Please let her know to hear this conversation. All right.
Okay. So we got CFAC Architect to save with $100. So playing Shadows of the Erd Tree. I wish I was right now, actually, but I'm a broke ass right now. But apparently not. So I'm about to not be a broke ass.
It's paid for now.
It's paid for now, I guess. It says playing Shadows of the Erd Tree while watching. Here's a little something to celebrate. P.S. Get them likes up. Hey, you already know what time it is. I'll be playing. I'm gonna be good. I'm actually going to wait till tomorrow to start playing Shadows of the Erd Tree because I have yet to finish Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And I'm actually on the final chapter as we speak. I'm literally about to walk into the final fight or the final setup of fights. And I want to beat that first before I dive into the Elden Ring DLC. So I'm gonna do that tonight, and then play Shadow of the Erd Tree tomorrow. I watched the launch trailer earlier today, and I already have some Souls PTSD because I saw some bosses that eerily reminded me of some bosses from previous like Dark Souls and Bloodborne games. And I was like,
Pontiff?
Yeah, that's what I said.
That motherfucker's back. My mouth got wet. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up again, bro. Run them shit. I am so excited. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's funny because like one of the comments I saw on the trailer, somebody said, "Is that Pontiff?" I was like, man, I kind of slick already got PTSD. I was like, man, I kind of do too a little bit because I said I'm so ready to whoop that motherfucker's ass right now. I said y'all have no idea. It's not even like you know what it is for me. Like most other games, yes, like gaming PTSD, but like for Soulsborne games, it's never that way. It's anger. Like it evokes on-site energy.
So Pontiff is one of those bosses that if
bruh,
ding 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 ding
bruh,
oh
bruh,
gosh,
bruh.
oh shit, Gila's might have heard. You know what? Sugar Daddy's back. Where he at?
He's like we got. Well, I mean, like right here. Apparently, he's Gearless Bug here.
You haven't gotten the DLC yet. Here, let me hook you up.
He's like, nah, go ahead, man. He said, you go ahead and get that. You go ahead and get that, King.
He heard the word. He heard the word "I broke," and he says, "Nah, not my Ernie.
Not today.
Not my
this motherfucker." But no, man, Gearless, thank you for the 20, dude. Gifted. In the gold mine. Good. Bruh.
Bro, when you get silver plaque.
Wait, hold on. What? 20. He gifted 20 gold?
Yeah, he gifted 20 gold Blerd Club memberships. Good.
Look.
God.
Damn.
You could have put that in a donos because can I smell some of that?
He's like,
can I get a taste? Come on now.
He's like,
I'm excited. It's like, oh, gifted. Thank you.
Yeah. Chris got right. Oh shit. Oh yeah, that's dope.
See,
that's
so cool. Yeah.
What I need to do, I need to get that Lord of the Rings drop where with Isildur where he just like looks at the camera and he's just like, no. like that. Because I feel like it's always so appropriate to like certain shit. But no, in all seriousness, though.
Yeah. No, that's dope. That's
Hero Mode Podcast with the $2 super chat says left face looking like a sensei. 100%. Wait a minute. Which sensei though? Which sensei you talking about? What?
Says Miyagi, that's racist.
I feel like I'm giving old dude from what you call it, the dude's uncle from Avatar.
Oh, Uncle Iroh.
Oh, Iroh.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm giving some Iroh.
Hey, you know what?
I just need a little thing, right?
I like that. You know what?
You do look like that sensei NPC that trains the main character, and he's so OP, but then he walks away out of the story mode because he can beat the entire game by himself. But he goes like, "No, Edwin, this is your story." I'm like, "Motherfucker,
that's right."
You can definitely.
It's the character that you wonder why isn't killing the world dangerous boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I can't beat you, but why am I going to the final boss? By the way, it's a skip. Write that down.
That is actually That, get your notepad out. Get your notepad out.
Low-key, I have already out because you guys already gave me two.
Damn. That's a King Kai left face.
How much I gotta pay you for you to change your name? King Kai left face.
There you go.
Hold on, I gotta look at King Kai though. See. Just like Pontiff. I'm like, Pontiff. Dad, that's crazy, Pontiff.
He's like, oh yeah, I know who that is.
What the fucking guy? Yeah, you don't got it. Oh, see, now hold on, time out. Dude's just fat. How he's so now I'm just fat?
No,
the fuck?
wait.
Nah. Cause he ain't got a beard, he got breasts. He's not coated as brown. Dude is just fat. Nah, fuck that. Fuck King that. King Kai. I looked him up. Let me see this dude. It's just fat. It's just fat.
I was thinking about Kami-sama. My bad.
Oh
no, I thought it was somebody.
I thought
it was hero mode. I'm at him hero mode.
No.
King
Kai. Pull up hero mode. Where we at?
He's like, hey, come find me. He's like, come find me.
Actually, don't because I pulled my back the other day. And I gotta work on my cardio. But man, you just wait.
He's like,
I mean, 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 months rehab. But no.
Don't try to save it. Yeah, but that fat bitch taught him the spirit bomb. He's kind of, shut the fuck up.
He's like, nah, it's too late.
Me and you, hero mode. If it was 10 years ago, ooh.
He's like, 10 years. He said 10 years. Oh my God.
Okay. 10 years ago picture.
Well, okay, before it's 10 years, before we get to this one, Stomp 10 with the $4.99 said, what up, Blerd Koa? Did y'all know that Anissa from Invincible and Becca from The Boys have the same actresses? You know what? I did not know that.
And who from the what is it?
What's that?
Billy Butcher's wife.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Butcher's wife from The Boys and Anissa in Invincible. That damn, I did not realize that.
Also,
they're large. Come on now.
Can we turn off the chat? Like I got offended.
Look, he's like, wait a minute.
It's gonna get to that point where like I gotta they can't see me cry. So I'm just gonna
He's a
hey, this is if it keeps going, you're gonna see me pull my phone and just text him like, "Hey man, you okay?"
I'm like,
so because I got you. I'm gonna take it away from me.
I'm gonna text my, hey, come. Say there's an emergency. Come in the room. I take my
Hey, Gills. Hey, you all good, man. You all good. Don't even sweat it. Hey, look.
What happened?
No. He was saying that he still can't get the Streamlapsing to work. And I was like, no, I was like, dude, no, don't even sweat it. I'm
always just fucking around. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, you all good, brother. You are all good. And then we also got let's see here. Oh, we got us another one here. We got hero mode. Caleb back out again said, with my 63 subscribers, come get it. LOL. I mean, hey. no lie, that is still like 63 more than most folks. So I would say that's not bad. That ain't bad.
I'm saying.
Hey, Blerd, get ready with the danger button. But is comparing subscribers the same as comparing dick sizes?
I mean,
Danger.
I mean, you're kind of on. Yeah, you kind of.
Is it?
Yeah, I would say so. Because yeah.
So if I start saying I'm a grower, not a shower, is that appropriate?
But you got to be a grower, though.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going, motherfucker.
well, what I often
that really was it sounded like shade, but it was really at me because I'm like, shit, I've been sitting at about 550 something for a while now. So I can't even say that.
Yeah, that's a thick number, bro.
That's the thing. It's the girth. It's the circumference of the. But no, it's
talk about imperfect metaphors, bro.
Right. Well, it's funny because I generally speaking.
You got the biggest one here. We know.
Well, no. I was just gonna say, like, in the past, I have shaded people for that. Like, but I'm
catching strays. Let me tell you something. And you know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna teach you all something, Chad. I want to allow me to be left face for a second. Let me tell you. This is perfect.
He's like, there he goes.
Let me tell you about how strays work when it comes to insults. Okay? All right. Listen. When your boy, right? Like not your business, not you're just a gaming buddy. When your friend is out there being like, the fuck, I listen to this bitch. Like what? His videos get like 60 views. Get the fuck out of here. I don't even know who the fuck you are. Who are you? Nobody. You dumb bitch. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me unless your tweets get more than one. Look, that motherfucker got one tweet. That motherfucker, he got one like on that tweet. And I'm sitting here like,
remember that?
Yeah, fuck that guy. Oh fuck! He's like, why? What did I do? And so that's a joke, right? But for real, that's how insults go. You know how many times I've been out there while watching somebody that I like and be like, because it's a chud, right? So it's a right winger, right? They'll go like this. Okay, so this fucking dude in his 40s is out here streaming and arguing with fucking 20-year-olds on the fuck. What a fucking loser. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucking wild, dude.
Well, but you know what's so funny about it is that a lot of the times they're talking about themselves. Like,
It's
like, and to be fair, I'm gonna totally cop to this because, like, I think this is a conversation that happened, I think, in your server. But one of our mutuals was talking about this guy who was spreading some crackpot theory about Mark Waid of all people. Which is like, dude, why you got Mark Waid's name in your mouth? But at least I'm assuming that's where it's coming from. But this is a guy that, like, I mean, he had a big following on Twitter, but his
Mark Waid.
Well, no, the guy who the guy with the offending tweet, but he was basically trying to say that, like, Mark Waid's the reason why Heavy Metal Magazine tanked, and I was like, dude, Mark Waid has never written for Heavy Metal Magazine. He wrote the foreword for, like, something related to Heavy Metal Magazine, but, like, he's never actually, like, written for Heavy Metal Magazine. And I was like, how's this motherfucker
that power though? One forward tanks the whole magazine.
Right? I was like, damn. I was like, dude, that's it's kind of like when people said that. I think I saw someone put out some chud tweet saying that Jensen Ackles is the only reason that, like, people liked The Boys up until recently, and I was like, damn. And I think I saw Rob from Comics Explained. He said something to the tune of, he said, that's power right there for a dude to carry 3 seasons, and he was only in 1. He said that dude wasn't even in the first 2 seasons, and somehow he carried him. But no, it's so okay. But the guy,
perfect segue.
It would have been. But no, the offending tweeter did not have the engagement to match the 200 some odd thousand followers that he has.
Right.
Which leads me to think one of two things. Either A, those followers are bots and bought and paid for, or B, he used to be somebody and people just never unfollowed him. Or whatever.
Like Mongo Rick or whatever his name is. What's his name?
Yeah, some
dude, we were watching him the other day. The bald dude with it looks like
Oh, wait. Oh my God. This talking about
it's woke.
Yeah,
that guy,
Mongo
Tyrone
Rick.
Magnus. Tyrone Magnus.
Tyrone Magnus. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Not Mongo. Yeah. Get my
Excuse
bad.
me, I got distracted for a second. What you call him?
So that Mongo Rick. He looking like a Neanderthal, don't he?
I mean,
can we please, for me, for now on, only call him Mongo Rick?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's his name. Well,
it can be vaguely racist, depending on the crowd, but it's also hilarious. So please.
Well, I mean, I partially caught some shrapnel. You want to talk about shrapnel? I caught some shrapnel for. Well, I mean, to be fair, is it really shrapnel if I'm the offending party? But no, I caught some heat from.
You can cook the grenade for too long, yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go. So yeah, apparently I cooked the grenade too long because, and this is why I always laugh when Carter tells me this stuff. Because Carter always likes to tell me he's not an instigator, but he's an instigator. He loves to instigate. He loves to start some shit. But like Carter went back to tell me, oh yeah, man, I was going back and looking at some comments on one of your Nerds of Culture streams. Those guys, they were calling you out for making fun of a fellow black content creator, and you'll never say nothing about Nerdrotic and Quartering and these other people, and they be having you all up in their thumbnails making fun of you. And I was like, I said, well, here's the thing. For one,
first of all, when?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, when. And I was like, also for two, that was Hypnotic, not Nerdrotic. And I was like, and then I was like, for three, I actually went and looked, and I was like, I looked through both their live streams and their like regular videos. I've never, not on thumbnails at least. Yeah, sure, they might bring me up in passing if they bring me up at all in like their videos or streams. But I was like, none of them have ever dedicated a video to me. So I was like, I think we're good. But no,
but not to mention, we're always shitting on Nerdrotic and all of them like that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I'm an equal opportunity. I'm equal opportunity.
But what is it? And what is that? See, I'm like, hold on, I'm annoyed now because
say
what is the message though? Like, what exactly are they trying to say? Are they saying that a show with two black dudes and a brown dude is shitting on a black dude, and that's what's as inappropriate? That we should only be shitting on white dudes? I don't understand. Because usually that was what it was. Usually we're talking about our own. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That don't make any damn sense. Stupid.
Well, no, that's precisely what it is. It's like it's the same reason that I caught flack for making fun of Young Ripper. It's the same reason. Like, there were a lot, like when I got into it with Young Ripper that one time, there were so many people coming at me saying like, man, I don't appreciate you going after a brother like this. And I'm like, excuse me? I was like, I talk shit about white people all the time, but the one time I say something about, like, and the thing is, it's people, I think it's a little bit of recency bias and also people just not being as familiar with you. You know, sometimes people tell you, and I'm not trying to shade anybody in the chat, but I'm just saying this is a thing I've noticed. I've noticed over the years, whenever someone gets offended by something I say or do, it's always someone who claims to be like this mega super ultra fan of me, that they watch all my videos, they watch all my live streams, that they follow me on everything. And they seem to have a very selective memory about what I say and do. Right. Like, it's always like, oh, I watch all of your videos and like, I'm always on every video, every live stream. And then they'll say, I don't appreciate it when you just single out black people and you don't point at the problematic white people. It's like, I talk about everybody. Like,
that's wild.
I was like, that's the fastest way to tell me you're you know what it is? It's like that shit that Elite X1 posted the other day, where there was or not what he posted, but like what I posted in response to it was a comment from a video he posted, and it was talking about, it was the energy like, well, I've bought every single game that Quantic Dream has ever made, and I'm not buying this. Is that type of energy that like people use in customer service? when they want to get something for free. It's that type of shit.
I've been coming to this place for 72 years.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't read that thread. I remember seeing it in passing and looking back on it.
Yeah.
Like this is the same Quantic Dream of we don't make games for F slurs, right?
Okay, so maybe I'm not gonna lie. I never kept up with that.
Quoted as saying some shit like that, and
David Cage, I think, was the one.
Yeah,
I think
David Cage said this shit.
Yeah, well, allegedly.
Well, it's I don't know. Like, look, I'm be brutally honest here. To be fair,
I'm not a fan of David Cage's shit, but I'm surprised actually.
I've played a lot of Quantic Dream games, and while I feel like he said some shit that was pretty wild, it's kind of funny when you consider some of the things that are in the games that he makes. So it's kind of like, I don't know where he's going with this or what. Or like, it's kind of like the thing. What was it? I saw somebody talk about this the other day, like regarding Tom Selleck, something he said about. It was like, I think someone had fact checked something that he supposedly had said about trans people, but like no one has any evidence he ever actually said it. It was just some random person online that said that he said it, and it just caught on, and he's just never really denied it, to his detriment or not. I kind of feel like that's one of those things. Like, I don't know if David Cage ever actually said it. If he did, fuck that dude. But like the game in question isn't like, because Elite X1 put me on. It's not made by Quantic Dream. It's just published by Quantic Dream. It's not a game they actually made, even though it looks like the gayest game ever. Which I don't mean that as a bad thing. I think that's actually pretty fucking cool.
Right. Like it's made for queer people.
Right. Like you know what? It reminds me. If there was a game that which reminds me, I need to download that. Thank you for reminding me. Even though you didn't say anything at all, Robo.
You're welcome.
He's like, no. He's like, I'm gonna take it. He's like, I'm owning this shit. No, there was a game that Elite X1, I believe, had recommended to me, and I got to check it out. I think it was called Validate. I think it's what it's called. Not
right. Yeah.
Full disclosure, not normally my type of game, but I caught myself playing it for a good stretch of time. I don't remember the exact amount of like time I put on it. I'll have to as a matter of fact, here it is right here. I think
dating sim?
Yeah, it's a dating sim. Yeah, it's a dating sim.
Elite X1 asked me if I wanted to play it, and he said he gave me like the quick rundown, the genre. And I remember going, nah, I'm good. But then he kept talking about it after I said that. And I was like, okay, maybe I he go, well, actually, it's on sale now. I already gave the code away.
You know what, man? Robo, when you get a chance, a little off topic, but this just reminded me something. I want you, whenever you get a chance, to try a game called Papers, Please.
All right.
Oh, dude, Robo, that game will fuck you up. I'm not gonna lie to you. That game will fuck you up.
I can already tell by the title.
Yeah, I actually want you to try it because it's a good game. Don't get me wrong, but I want your take on it. Papers, Please.
Oh, yeah. It's the game Elite's talking about, or the one that I said he was talking about was Dustborn. He did say it's never been confirmed or denied. So yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I kind of feel like, honestly, in this day and age, anyone can say you said something, and I feel like some people's response to that is to say nothing or to respond to it. And honestly, that's a double-edged sword. So I'm not going to fault anyone for not confirming or denying. But I will say this full-throatedly: if evidence came out of, if someone said, "Hey, I got fucking evidence, David Cage said this shit," I'd be like, yeah, well, fuck that dude. That would be my response. It's kind of like the same energy I have for John Byrne. Like, I love John Byrne, Sensational She-Hulk. I hold it up on a pedestal, and I actually think John Byrne's a great artist and a great storyteller. However, when someone pointed out to me his attitude towards trans people, my first words were, fuck that dude. So it's like, it makes me angry because I love what he does so much, and it taints what I love that he has done. But but I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. I can also be like, yeah, fuck that dude.
Well, it's kind of like Frenchie. Frenchie, yes. you know the actor.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
I don't know.
what happened?
Whole ass Zionist
Is
was
he
like some like
Really?
was like don't quote me on the special ops part, but I guess he was kind of a big deal in the IDF. Went on like some deep ass missions, and if you go to his Instagram,
Not my boy.
like he's doing this thing. He does this thing where it's like you signal what sides you're on by saying something that typically should be uncontroversial, which is bring them home, right? So like, can't say shit about that. Are you saying the hostages shouldn't come home? I'm like, well, no,
like,
I do want the hostages to come home. Netanyahu clearly doesn't, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
But if that's the only thing that you put on your deal and not the ensuing genocide, I know what's going on with you. And apparently he said some shit before that he's like obviously cleaned up or whatever. But yeah, hardcore Zionist. So like, but I mean, it's like you were saying last week. Like, there's a whole cast, there's a whole thing. But the creators is like, I don't know, man. It's
wild.
I'm tired of looking at this shit.
Look, look. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm actually surprised.
You know what? I am too.
Well,
You have to learn the information. Because it was kind of the same thing that happened, like when you told me about was it David Draymond or Dryman, however you say his last name, the lead singer of Disturbed. And I was
right,
like, like it didn't shock me that he was a Zionist, but it didn't shock me, but it definitely disappointed me. Like,
damn, bro. Fuck, I'm sad as fuck now. I love Stricken. It's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I was like, that used to be my shit. That used to be my shit.
Yeah.
But but once again, going back and overlooking some of the lyrics of their music, I'm kind of like, yeah, this makes sense. I was like, yeah, this motherfucker, he's on that bullshit. But it is what it is.
If you guys hear anything about Breaking Benjamin, don't tell me.
Yeah, don't look. Here's the thing, and this is my general attitude towards a lot of shit. Like, if anyone ever sees me enjoying something that is problematic, I don't mind people coming to me and telling me. Like, I'm never gonna be that guy to be like, man, fuck out of here with that. I'm just trying to have fun. I mean, I'll probably be thinking it. I'm not gonna lie, but like, I'm not gonna like tell you. I'm not gonna tell you not to warn me. I mean, I like to be informed. I like to be informed. It was case in point. I go back to the John Byrne thing. Someone came to me and they said, "Hey, let me show you this," and I was like, "Ooh."
Why?
I was like, ooh, Beretta did that shit. Ooh, he did it. Ooh, I always tell people to show me, not because I don't believe them, but because I want to be sure. I don't like, I don't like acting on hearsay. Basically, I like actually knowing what I'm actively being like. 'Cause I'm gonna be angry about something, or I won't even say angry, but if I'm going to like put energy towards disavowing something, I want to know that I'm doing it for the right reasons, not just because. But no, that does make me a little sad. But I guess let's get to our topic, because we kind of keep talking around the boys. Oh no, and I will say this real quick, because I saw this and I always have to point this out. Ace of Base, I have known since I was a kid. And you want to know why? VH1 pop-up video.
Oh, really?
Yep. So one of the, I can't vouch for now, but I know one of the members, and I think that his
it's
stage
like the
name,
lead singer or some shit. Yeah.
it was one of the dudes.
It
was, I don't know about the women. I can't vouch for the women, but I know one of the dudes, the guy, I think his stage name was Joker or something like that.
That's it. You're right.
Yeah.
That's him.
And I remember they did a thing on pop-up video where they actually brought up the fact that the reason why he wears lots of like long sleeves, and you never see him not wearing like something that covers his entire body from like the neck down, is because he has lots of like Nazi tattoos. And
so here's the thing about that right there. Here's the thing about that right there. And then let's get into the boys.
Yes.
Here's my thing. I've heard that a couple times, right? That it's this guy and yada yada. Whenever I looked it up, because I heard this, I did not always know this, but I did hear it a while ago. Like, so let's say I found out about this 10 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever. I remember looking into it and reading, nah, it's just this guy. This guy was like in a white supremacist organization and yada yada yada. But here's the deal. You think that motherfucker had long sleeve show the whole time around these people, around his band, around the people who fucking signed him? Like, they knew. And they were like, man, hey, that's all you, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's do this music. Man, fuck
hey, let's get this bag, okay? Oh, no, I take it back. Not Joker. His stage name was Buddha. My bad.
Wow.
My bad. Yeah, which is even weirder. To be fair, he's actually addressed it himself. Once again, I can't speak to the band itself. I have heard varying different things about the band itself, but as far as I'm aware,
they had to have known. That's
well, no, they
anyway.
knew. Yeah. They knew. Oh no, they most certainly to give you an idea of how long this has been out. He has said it since 1997. Like, this shit came out like 97. Like kind of when they were kind of on the lower end of their popularity. But yeah, that's one of those things I was always like, whenever someone brings it up, I'm just like, yo.
Buddha does make sense though.
Yeah.
Elitist one, what the fuck conflicted much? I mean, the history of the swastika in the first place. There's this weird sort of like mystical obsession with the neo-Nazis and like Eastern mystical bullshit. You know, it's just weird. It's weird. Like how much Hitler respected like his version of his corrupt version of what Eastern mythologist was. So.
Yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. Basically, the long and short of it was the guy basically came out in 97 was like, I regret what I did, and it was kind of like I don't, and it comes up, it comes up ever so often after that. But but as far as seeing the sign goes, apparently they did not see the sign. That was probably not a good look.
I mean, it's too little. It's too little, too late anyway on our part because they got theirs right.
Oh no, they got the bag. They got a whole bag. Like it was.
It's not like Ace of Base is not around today because of that. It's because it was fucking 40 years ago.
Yeah. Oh well, I even like to.
Yeah, we showed them.
Well, I even like to point out, like, I mean, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Their legacy has carried on in spite of it, because, like I said, this was public knowledge since '97. So the fact that multiple artists, even as recent as in the last 10 years, have covered their music. Hell, one of their songs was literally in X-Men '97, and it was like in it a lot. Happy Nation.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I mean, so I just go to say right now, that's one of those, man, look. I like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
By the way, this is why I love us, right?
Yes.
And not throwing shade, but this is why I love us, because we said it 5 times and 3 times in the countdown. Let's get on topic, and then we find a way to do it. And then Robo said, like, "Oh, we don't want. I don't want to ask these questions because I don't want to not have something to talk about." It's like
we always have something to talk about.
We always have some shit to talk about. I love that shit.
See, Ruse has a good idea. T-shirt, fuck that dude, FTD. And you know what I would want? I would want the shirt because this is a shirt I would wear.
I thought it was for death. I don't know. Like,
but no, I thought it was fuck that dude. Yeah, I thought it was fuck that dude.
Oh no, my dumb. I'm like, for the win. Oh, I guess we want that guy dead and shit like that.
Oh yeah. Cause we got Frenchie. Fuck that dude. John Byrne. Fuck that dude.
I want a black T-shirt that just has 3 letters in the front, white on white, FTD, and people are gonna be like, "What's that about?" I'm like,
he had to be there. He had to be there. But to get to it, yes, the boys, the boys. So the reason why we're talking about the boys today is because apparently it is breaking news. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know this, but the boys.
Woke now.
It's woke.
It's woke. They're the boys is woke.
Manga Rick.
Yeah. Mango.
Mango,
Mango.
Mongo Rick. But no,
Mango just makes me hungry.
I mean, you know, hey, what are you gonna do? But yeah, this is okay. So let's be real. Let's be real here.
The realist.
This is serious. This is serious business here, because that means that Eric Kripke and Amazon, they have sold us a false bill of goods. Okay, they have sold us a false bill of goods. I was supposed to get a edgy superhero show completely free of any and all politics that was just supposed to show me some TNA, show me a few women getting SA'd, show me a few guys getting SA'd, showing straight cis white men being problematic, and here we are. They had to go and make it woke. They had to go and woke it up. This is
season 1, 2, and 3 was so unwoke, bro. Like,
right?
Yo, like it was so. Oh
Dude,
my goodness, why would they fuck that up like this?
Look, let me tell you something.
Well,
why can't we just go back? Can we just go back to season 2? Can we go back to season 2 when we just had a Nazi, you know? A Nazi
doing
infiltrating Nazi a Nazi doing Nazi shit, infiltrating an otherwise non-Nazi entity and using Nazi dog whistles. Can we just go back to that? I miss those days. You know what? Can we also go back to that same season where we got a character like Victoria Newman, who was a very obvious kind of stand-in for AOC? Man, I really want to go back. I really want to go back to season 3 where someone threw a milkshake. Someone threw a milkshake at Homelander and his kid. It was totally not a reference to anything. It was completely in a vacuum. It didn't mean
it could have been poison. God,
it didn't mean anything.
It could have been anthrax. You know what I'm saying? Like I
thought
felt
that would have hurt us, but
he felt threatened.
I just really want to go back to. I just really want to go back to the days where The Boys was just super unwoke. Get the wokies out of here, okay? I'm so tired.
That's right.
I'm so tired of these wokies coming in, ruining our good, clean, Christian, American, valued entertainment. I'm tired of it. I don't want it anymore. I'm tired of them telling these storylines.
Even season 1, when you look about it, and this is the type of shit that we still in the bed?
My bad.
Look, I didn't know how to present it. Do I go back when they didn't? Huh?
Right?
I'm still doing it.
Right?
That would have worked extremely well.
It really would.
You should have. Next time, go with your instinct.
Well, my instinct is to just talk normal now. So, and scene, very good, everyone.
There you go.
But this is the thing that I find funny about these kinds of individuals, right? We talk about media literacy, now we throw that around. I feel like it's just like this idea that, and I hate to, I watched a really good video lately that talks about the way that a lot of people.
Sorry.
Oh wait, hold on. Now I gotta read it. See, I got ADHD. You're like, nope. I'm done thinking. I want to know what's happening. I want to know what's funny.
He's like, I thought Ernie was serious.
Jack Bond did. I'm imagining Jack's face. So like,
what the fuck happened?
Like, I want to know exactly how many people unsubscribed right there just off of that. Just like.
Also, while we do that, can I just point out that the most hilarious shit, not the comment was, the chat was funny, but it was Robo's reaction. As soon as he noticed Ernie laughing. Because I'm looking at him, waiting for him to notice, and I was like, "Oh, he's about to shut down." Yeah, we're good. There it is.
My ADHD is crippling. Okay,
yeah, I understand.
You can't be doing shit like that. I'll stop. I'll be like, I need to know now. My brain is like,
he's like, I got you. I gotta have it. My bad. Please carry on. Please.
No, but so I watched a video the other day, and I wish I could remember what it was. I'll put it in the. Actually, I did on my side. I put it in the on the Discord. And basically she's talking about how like there's this like very superficial way that we like to make fun of the right and shit like that. And one of the ways is like, oh, we're only on the left because for a lot of people, there are people who are like, I'm only on the left because I like to make fun of the right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
and it's like, and it's like, I'm like, yeah, there's a lot more. The right is dangerous for a lot more reasons than, oh, they're stupid and I'm smart and yada yada yada, right? And plus, that's like borderline elitist anyway. But goddamn, they make it hard. Goddamn, they make it hard because that is literally like, if I feel like the quintessential, it is the core aspect of being on the right, and that is to be fucking stupid, like to be a fucking idiot, you know. And it's because there's this superficial nature of why we always have to remind them the comic books have always been always had a message, always had a social message, right? And why every movie, every show you've ever seen has some sort of message that the writers are putting across, right? And so the reason, not even just missing the Nazis, because here's why. Here's how it goes. Season 1 is all about corporatization of heroism.
Yeah.
Right? We've seen that shit since 80s cartoons, okay? We've seen Captain Planet. Who are the bad guys? Corporations. Who thinks corporations are the bad guys? The left.
Yeah.
But they're just like, haha, yeah. Superheroes are the bad guys in the show. Okay, cool. Like, I'm like, no. It's not the superheroes, it's corporations.
Right.
However,
you know,
I want to put a little asterisk to that real quick because
go ahead, shoot.
Because I know you said like, oh, superheroes are the bad guys in this one. Believe it or not, there is a subgroup right now, and at first I thought it was a one-off on Twitter, but there's a whole subgroup of people that believe that Homelander is an anti-hero instead of an actual villain. And I remember like seeing that. At first I saw the post, I thought it was like satire, and like the dude was saying like, no, he's done bad shit, but he still saved a lot of people. That qualifies him as the anti-hero. It's like, no, motherfucker, how you fail the propaganda of Homelander that is showing the propaganda,
right?
It's not even supposed to be good propaganda because it needs to be digestible to the audience, right? It can't fool us. Right, like that's a critique that I've seen on actually, me and you have talked about it because I love Civil War, but one of the things that a lot of people have, and it's a legitimate feeling. Ernie, you said the same thing, where it's like, I don't know, I think it's too subtle because these motherfuckers aren't gonna get it, and it's like, yeah, no, that's true, because they need to have this shit spelled out for them. But guess what? The boys have been spelling it out since the beginning. It has always been spelled out. So the season 1, they could ignore it because corporations, and they're just not smart enough to get that is attacking capitalism. That's attacking the conservative right. All right, okay. And then season 2, the Nazi or what was it? The Nazi girl came on season 3, right?
No, season 2.
Yeah, she's 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not a Nazi. I'm not a Nazi Germany. They can't make that connection. Because that's just not, they're just like,
hold that thought though. No.
The Nazis are a fairy tale to a lot of people. That's something that happened a million years ago to somebody else. It doesn't mean anything.
Also, a lot of these motherfuckers, the real anti-Semites, by the way, not the people who are mad about a genocide in Israel, but actual, they don't even believe that shit kind of happened anyway. So they're like,
So hear me out. So I get what you're saying, and but here's the thing: Nazi bad is very digestible. Here's something that went over a lot of motherfuckers' head about season 2, how it was attacking incels, right? Because there was this a whole episode when this incel cat shot that shop owner for, you know what I mean? He's like, oh, you're one of them super terrorists and shit like that, right? So it's like, so it went over like the whole xenophobia and shit. And there was a whole thing about attacking incels. And Stormfront used to make fun of them. Like, dude, I got a bunch of incels working for me and I paid them an Arby's card. But that went over their head because they're not talking about, people didn't know they were making fun of incels up until this season when they had to make it painfully obvious.
Right.
So the Nazi thing is easy to be like, oh yeah, Nazi's bad, cool. Obviously, I'm not a fan of her, although her character's kind of dope. Like that's how they justify. But the incel part, it went straight over their heads.
Yeah.
Right.
Until you put it in front of their face, like they did in She-Hulk. and then they get mad. Like, wait a minute. You know what I mean? Crossfire, you're not wrong, but firecrackers, where's that?
Well, I mean, I was gonna say I don't even think Stormfront could be fixed. That woman, that woman was literally a Nazi back when Nazis still had it, like the new car smell on them.
Nah,
he's like
I can save her.
he's like, no. See, no. Look. You don't understand. I can change. I can fix her.
Look, I'm gonna be honest for now. I'm down to lean into the joke, but this is not it.
No,
for me personally, as far as taste goes, taste. It's just, hey, if this is you, that's cool. Firecracker, on the other hand.
Oh
yeah.
You
know what's crazy though? Yeah, I know that. I know, bro.
I mean, don't
because I see Firecracker though. Here's the thing: when I see Firecracker and all the bullshit that she was spewing, and I'm like, man, if this shit was like real life, like IRL, I can see people talking shit about her, and they'd be like, wait, I don't know why people call her ugly. She's bad. But she's still a piece of shit. You always gotta do that.
Well,
she's a piece of shit.
Well, no,
exactly how that conversation would go.
Dude, it's the thing that I loved about it. I loved how, like, even with it being on the nose, it was incredibly subtle in one thing. The fact that they were out here pouring their hearts out, the firecracker and all them, they're all out here like just doing their thing, and no one is actually there. Like, they're acting like they're talking to an audience. And then when they like pan the camera out to where you can see the stage from across the street, and it's like there was literally nobody standing in the audience. They are literally pretending that there's an audience in front of them. And like even like the little jabs, like, oh, we're gonna have Kanye West on later, and we're gonna and all this other stuff.
This is the season. This is the season where they're like, God damn it, we're talking about you. Okay?
Well, and I mean,
which is funny. Before the season released, Eric Kripke and Anthony Starr had to make some comments. Like Anthony Starr had he said a whole thing about like, first of all, for those who like Homelander, like seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? That character was meant to be unlikable from all fronts. You know what I'm saying? And,
right.
But here's the thing though. Like this is so far from new. And every generation is going to keep on coming. As we get older, we're going to watch. Like today, right now, there's somebody who's 15 years old and doesn't give a fuck about any of this, right?
Yeah.
And in 10 years, right, we're going to watch that 15-year-old be a 25-year-old who doesn't get this thing. Because let me tell you all something. I'm sure everybody here is old enough for this. I don't know why I'm acting like it's a movie that came out in the 80s, but didn't we do this shit in with oh my God, Fight Club? You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Oh,
yeah. We saw it with Fight Club. We saw it with all these fucking movies that come out. They're like, time out. No, it's not. You're missing the point. You know what I mean? How about the people to this day meme American Psycho, like, because they're like the guy. They want to be like the guy.
I'm him.
Yeah. And it's like, you don't get it. You're not. Nope. You're fucking it up.
I mean, I think we brought this on the last episode when we were talking about how people idolize like Rick from Rick and Morty, Walter White, all these characters who are like, we're not supposed to be rooting for them, motherfucker. And then people see the shit and they be like, that's me. You know,
Walter White is a wild one.
You'd be surprised, man.
No. So check this out. Hold on. I'm out. Walter White is probably, and maybe I'm showing my own ass here. Walter White is probably the most understandable of all these. The only time that I get, because Walter White dying of cancer, doing it for his family, shit like that, right? But if you don't see like the abuse that he did to his wife and all that shit, like then you definitely are missing the forest for the trees, right? But there is a point where I realize who you are, not just like some regular guy who's like, man, that's kind of fucking crazy. I kind of want a Walter White to win, man. That kind of, okay. That's fine to me. But when you're mad at his wife,
oh, that's a red flag.
Bro,
That's the thing about like I don't like Latinx, and remember we always bring this up like, but why, right? But and then you realize, oh, okay, never mind, you're just transphobic. Got it. But it's like Walter White is like, man, I kind of like him. It's like in my head, I'm like, yeah, me too. But
but why?
Elaborate. Yeah. His wife was a bitch. You know? Okay, yeah, get the fuck out.
The actress for that plays Skylar, she used to receive death threats.
Yeah.
Like she quit acting because of it. And
I mean, I don't doubt it.
This I don't believe it. I was like, ooh, his transformation has begun.
I was like, well,
yeah, but you know they be lying and shit.
Look, hey, this is the rebrand. He has gone from left face to right face.
Man, look,
you know what would be crazy?
I can't break 1,000. I can't break it 1,000 on the left, so fuck them. No,
you know what would be crazy? Crazy dope. Like if you do create like a grifter channel called Right Face. And then both, like you're basically arguing with yourself in both channels. Like you're reacting to yourself, and that's what blows you up,
bro.
Yeah,
I would holler. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would
holler. Like you're like arguing with yourself and shit like that. It'll be like right face. For some reason, you have to shave the beard if you're gonna be right face though. I don't know why.
In this hypothetical, how much money am I making? No, I'm playing.
He's like, well,
Jack Maudib says Walter's relatable. How do you relate to Homelander? So, but here's the issue. When you're dealing with incels, right? When you're dealing with incels, when you're dealing with the kind of almost completely white straight dudes who blame the fact that they can't get bitches for any other reason besides the fact that they're not washing their ass, that's who it relates to, because they have a power fantasy, and then in their power fantasy, they wish they had the power to, like what happened in this past episode. So spoilers for this past episode in 5 seconds.
1.
When he went to go visit the people who raised him, I promise you, his approval rating went up to the viewers, because there are people out there. Because a lot of these incels, by the way, people don't like to hear this shit. But they're humans, right? Fuck them, right? Fuck them. But they are humans. They are people.
You're sounding mighty supremacist right now, bro.
Nah, yeah, I like that. But these people, a lot of these people grew up with abuse. You know what I mean? A lot of these people are neurodivergent, but come from families where they never diagnosed and they just got abused for it, and then they just blame the world. Now they're angry. And they see Homelander, and they wish they had that power to make everyone pay the way he's making everyone pay.
It's no differently than like a kid who got bullied in high school and then comes back with a gun. That Homelander is literally the epitome of that.
100%.
Homelander is the kid with the gun.
Yeah. Like, you know what's crazy though? Like, it was made so obvious with the whole squirt joke. Remember when you called me squirt? Because of that embarrassing thing, you know what I mean? Like, you see all the time, like, oh, remember that one time you called me a loser? You know what I mean? And
dude, this whole episode, this whole last episode.
And but let me ask you something. Go ahead. Any empathy?
Well, no, I will say this. Because I saw someone bring up, I think I saw someone just recently bring up, like, how can you, like, empathize with Homelander? I think the mistake we make sometimes is that it's okay to empathize with a villain on some level. Yeah. Like, because not every I feel like you can only empathize with Homelander up to a point. But that point being, like, case in point, I'll use Firecracker as another example. The fact that she was bullied into becoming the person that she is sad to me. It doesn't make me think that her being a villain is okay, though. And it's the same reason, like, I can have that same feeling with Homelander, the fact that he was abused repeatedly, early and often in his life. He was treated like a lab test animal almost his entire life. And to hear him recount the things that had happened to him, talking about how he was
trying to burn his skin off, he was actually in pain.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is absolutely like it was, and how he was monitored 24/7. That's a type of thing that's like, That's fucked up. Like, no, like you look at him and you go, no wonder this dude is off his fucking rocker.
Right. That's it right there.
But it doesn't make me go, and it's okay. Yeah, it doesn't make me go. It doesn't make me go, and I love him because of that. I want to be him. I want to be just like him. Matter of fact, you know what? Homelander was
I like Homelander now, actually.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm a home teamer. You know what? I'm home team.
That's what it was, home team.
When I saw Dahmer, at the end of Dahmer, I was like, I like Jeffrey Dahmer now. Like,
you said that jokingly, but there's a lot of motherfuckers they call he on TikTok.
Nah,
they were saying that shit.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Here, let me frame what I think. Unless you saw the actual video of somebody saying, I like Jeffrey Dahmer now.
I saw a legit video. I'm not looking. I know the bitch deleted it. She said, I love Jeffrey Dahmer. Her words. And then she got called out. She deleted the video. Then her TikTok got suspended.
Right.
But
that's different. I mean, there's people who wanted to marry freaking Charles Manson in prison. And so, what I'm talking about is this. There was a group of people who, the show itself caught shit because it seemed to it was trying to make people sympathize with Jeffrey Dahmer. I read that. I'm like, man, see, that's a problem with humanity. That is a problem with humanity because I saw Dahmer and I learned about things about his childhood that absolutely made me sympathize with him, right? But there's a problem here where people can't automatically disconnect the idea that if you sympathize with somebody, if your heart breaks for somebody, that doesn't mean that. Why is the very next step is, and that means I don't want the guy punished or something like.
Right.
Like no. Like I mean, no.
Punish.
So like
punish.
I am. Kill him. Fucking put him down like a fucking dog. But just like a dog, and actually use this example on one of my streams where it was just like, I want you to imagine a dog. I want you to imagine a pit bull. I want you to imagine a pit bull that was fucking burned, scarred, and fought in rings his whole fucking life, right? Yeah. And when he didn't do something wrong, he got burned, and so he knew to fucking fight, and he's broken. He's a fucking dog that nobody can train, that nobody will adopt. He is broken and he is dangerous, right? He has to be put down. I'm still gonna fucking be sad. Like that sucks that pit bull was raised that way. He's got to be put down. But God, how fucking hard. And that's how I feel about Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah. I know that's not popular to say because, especially since his targets were black and gay targets, and fuck him. Good, put him down. I'm glad he's dead. But when I see how he was raised and treated by his mother and shit, I'm like, man. When I see this episode and I see what these people did to Homelander with the isolation and the burning and the torture just to see what his limits were.
Well, yeah.
It's like I'm sad for him. Put him down. But I'm like, man, what a fuck child.
Well, even what he said, even what he had to say though, like when he said he said, it didn't like burn him, like it didn't like actually like cause his body any physical harm, but it still hurt. Like that was kind of the thing that like I was like,
he said it was an agonizing pain.
Yeah,
you just have to live through it. Yeah, yeah.
So
totally different than firecrackers. Like, oh, I fuck 15-year-olds because you bullied me. Like what?
Yeah, well that too. That actually that's another wrinkle to the whole thing that makes it even crazier. Because
I was gonna say though, like, how do you guys feel? Because this is the part that kind of messed me up the most when the old girl, the white lady that came in mad confident, and I was like, you ain't gonna do shit because we got a team of psychologists to make you. Yeah, and I was like, oh god damn, you guys just wanted this dude to become a fucking serial killer. Like to get a team of psychologists to break somebody down even further after enduring physical
to be
pain.
A weapon, right?
Yeah,
raised them to be a weapon.
Yeah, and I'm over here like, damn, this motherfucker. So, like I said, I felt bad, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but we also got to put this motherfucker down because he is an actual threat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it goes without saying. Here's the thing. People
You
don't know how to walk
but look at his fans.
and chew bubble gum at the same time. That is the main problem. But to address the super chat right here, Will Yun gave us one for $4.99. Says Trump incurs the right to say their cousin humping mines. Then these grifters exploit that base for clicks. At least the Oompa Loompas are honest. Well, no. Here's the thing. Even they're not entirely honest. Even they aren't entirely honest. Yeah. Well, the people.
Who are the Oompa Loompas?
Well, if the Oompa Loompas are the base, okay, yeah, them, sure, whatever. But like, even if you go as far as like even sometimes they don't know. Because like I can't tell you how many times I've seen all these different videos where like you have people, they go into these like MAGA rallies, these like hardcore conservative rallies, and when like someone actually like explains what's going on, it doesn't necessarily make them, I'm going to completely question everything I've ever seen or heard before. But it does, you can see where they're kind of like, shit. Damn. Like, I remember, what was it? The thing where someone was going around talking about how would you feel if Joe Biden presented a very aggressive, like super ultra mega aggressive border bill? How would that make you feel? And pretty much 99.999999999% of every last single person said, well, that would be awesome, but he ain't ever gonna do it. And then when
he does it,
and then when it was revealed to them that he actually has, but Donald Trump basically convinced all of his right-wing party members to vote against that bill because it was an election. Yeah, so because it's an election year, and they all go, well, I'm sure he had a good like they don't know how to respond to it because it's that first
cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, it's a cognitive dissonance. They don't know how to respond to it. Their mind is struggling because I say this more often than not, but your brain is not the complex supercomputer that you think it is. It's a very primitive piece of meat. And its sole job is to keep you alive. Keep itself alive, really, more than anything else. And
it will kill you just to keep yourself alive.
Well, it will. Your brain has ways of distorting your memory of things. Like, it's the reason why when have you ever had like two mutual friends who are dating and they break up? And if you ask them why they broke up, they always have two very different stories. Not all the time, I'll say, but almost all the time. Almost all the time. They usually have very different like accounts of, and yeah, sure, you could probably take lying and obfuscating into account. But when in the cases where like I have been a privy to both sides, I'm like, y'all have very, very differing accounts of what really happened between y'all. And it's because your brain is trying to protect you from being in a position where you might do something to harm yourself, or you might put yourself in a position where maybe not necessarily you're not going to harm yourself directly, but you might get depressed and stop eating. You might
that's the source of delusion, right?
Right. And that's why I always tell people, when that cognitive dissonance hits, it fucks people up. Because how would you respond if someone told you that something you diehard believed in was not true? It would take you a minute. It would take you a minute to like.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
that is the best segue to my theory about Hughie's mom.
Oh, go off, King. Go off, King.
No, I will keep it
share
short.
with the class, sir. Share with the class.
Less political, but this is a good one.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So Hughie's mom is it's a hallucination caused by the 10V that he took in the last show, right? Butcher took it 5 times. He took it 4 times, right? So there's some damage. He felt guilty when he didn't answer his dad's phone call. So when he went to see him, he manifested his mom. So what I believe is happening, because nobody has acknowledged his mom. There's been a couple instances that they Starlight and other people have called him talking to himself the same way Butcher was talking to Becca.
Yeah.
Then when in this last episode, he was talking to the nurse, and the nurse never acknowledged or said anything to the mom. Only he was talking to her, right? And then the mom said something about, I took 40 Ambien, right? And I think the Ambien won. And I think his guilt for what he did to his for not being there for his dad is the reason why his mom appeared. Now, here's the thing. Hughie has already had some type of mental health issues, because in season 1, every time he's about to not follow through on his revenge mission, he will see Robin. He will see the ghost of Robin, thus motivate him to like do Starlight dirty, all this shit. So Hughie has a history of fucking hallucinating, I guess. I guess you could say. And then the last reason why I think this theory is true is because nobody in the boys have met the mom, but we know that Compound B fucks with your brain. And in Gen V, Polarity, the black dude's dad, he said because of overuse of his powers, his brain started fucking up. Hence why he had that stroke that almost killed everybody. Now Homelander overuses his powers all the time, and since from season 1 to this season, after trauma that he's endured, of like the people that he has killed, that he loved, whatever, he starts seeing his brain starts deteriorating more. Because in last season he was talking to one person in the mirror, one of his personas. In this season there was 5. So I think the Compound B fucks him up so much that he's manifested people that are not actually there. And I think that's why Hughie's mom is actually not there, and he's hallucinating her.
Well, I mean,
that's my theory.
I mean, I rocks with it. No, I rocks with it. It's I
don't have a lot against it. Yeah,
no,
I don't. That's the thing. I don't think it's gonna happen.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
There was one thing that happened in this week's episode that kind of almost makes me question it, because I went back and looked and I was like, no one really directly addresses her that I can think of. And in this
I heard
episode,
that theory before I saw the episode.
Yeah,
I hadn't put it on yet, so I was watching this episode with that theory in mind.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So
I didn't see anybody talk to her.
There was
to the chat.
Oh, go ahead.
Because Crossfire said, didn't Hughie
Well,
speak
hold
with the lawyer?
on. You were the thing, the crink in the. You said there's one thing that made you doubt it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Ernie, you said there was one thing that made you think like, nah, I don't know, something happened in this episode.
No, it's nothing that the doctor does. It's something that Hughie's mom does, where like there's a shot where Hughie and the doctor are conversing, and once again, the doctor never actually really looks or seems to look in the mother's direction. But there's something that the mother does, like where she's kind of like cutting her eyes between the doctor and him, that kind of made me wonder, like just like kind of like I don't know. I memean, if it turned out to be true, I wouldn't be against it. But I don't know. It could, because also that there's the whole thing with there's the stuff that happens with the Compound V as well.
Right.
That's another thing that kind of makes me go like, because I feel like, and I don't know, maybe I need to rewatch this part again. But like I feel like when I was watching it, admittedly, I was editing a video while I was watching it, so I probably looked away at the worst time. But I actually rewound it like twice. So I mean, I went back and looked, but like I feel like
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch last episode of this one again. Actually, now I'm gonna look for it.
Yeah, it was. It to me, it appeared as though he changed his mind,
right,
against using Compound V. He just walked out of the room, and he comes back, and suddenly it's. Like, I don't know if maybe
who did it.
Yeah, like, well, and once again, I don't know if like, well, we never see his hands, is what I'm trying to say. Like,
that's what I said. We never see his hands. The way the cameras pan out, you don't see his hands.
Yeah.
The mom is behind him, right? She gave him the hug, and people could, I think with the hug might have been like people say, it's less for people to believe that that's when she took it, and when he walked out the room, it's because that's when she did it. I honestly think that he did it at that point in time, and then when he jumped off, it was because he regretted his decision. And he only walked in because he was having like that little stroke thing or whatever, where he opened his eyes. I honestly think that he did it, and his mom is doing what Becca's doing, right? And yeah, to Crossfire, yeah, he did speak to the lawyer, but we don't know when those papers were drafted up about the power of attorney. And it could just be this dude just coping with the idea that he cannot let go. And that's been Hughie's character arc since the beginning, that he doesn't know how to let go. He doesn't know how to let go of the Butcher. He didn't know how to let go of Annie. He doesn't know how to let go of his dad.
I would even go as far as say that, like, he did seem genuinely, like, I don't, it was his surprise, though. It was just his surprise that kind of took me out of it a little bit. Like,
surprise about what?
About what happened at the end regarding
okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So I don't think there's any confusion about who did it.
Right.
I think when he walks in the room and he's seeming, or she walks in behind him, he's seeming kind of like, oh, what? And then he's like, she looks down at his pocket because his hand's in his pocket holding something.
Yeah.
She looks down at his pocket, looks up at him with that kind of knowing look, right? Like, he decides not to do it, but he takes his jacket off. He goes to the thing. He says, clearly, to me, nah, I'm doing this. Goes back in the room. He's surprised because I think, again, I say clearly, but they don't say one way or another. But to me, I feel it was clear that she did it.
Right? Now, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I want to make that. I don't think that means that the theory is wrong.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that could still be cope, just like we saw with Tyler Durden, where Brad Pitt is the one fucking doing all this shit, because we're watching it from the perspective of somebody who's not well. It's the unreliable narrator.
Right. Yeah.
So in this scene where and it's actually, man, I feel like I might be changing my mind. The scene at the water fountain, and it's the water fountain or the vending machine, whatever the fuck it was, that makes me feel that there is more weight to it being a hallucination. And it's because I feel like the messaging, what he did with his face right then was, nah, fuck this, I'm gonna do it. Why would you do that and then have his mom already do it? It's because if his mom's not real, the way that he's coping with doing this to his dad, knowing that his dad wouldn't want him to do this, knowing that it's going to hurt his dad because the Compound V fucks up regular people, and you know what I mean, is to put it on the mom. It's still further coping.
So
I will.
The last thing I'm gonna say.
Carry on.
Sorry. Real quick, I apologize. The last thing I'm gonna say that is how Eric Kripke frames the show. He does a thing when he is foreshadowing anything with scene transitions, right? And for example, when Butcher birthed Ezekiel, he blacked out. He asked Becca, "What just happened just now, right? What happened to me, right?" I think that was also to foreshadow what Hughie was about to do, because I remember in season 2 how they foreshadowed that Victoria was the head popper. Was Raina got her head popped off, the CIA lady. The boys left. The next scene was Stan Edgar watching a news show of Congresswoman Victoria, right? He was just and then he turned it on when Homelander walked in. I think the fact that they're like showing blackouts due to the aftermath of Compound V is a way to kind of it's like to foreshadow the fact that this dude is hallucinating the shit that's happening. Because if you go rewatch the first 3 episodes, you can catch him having glimpses of talking to himself when Starlight asks him what's going on, or I'm practicing on what to say to my mom. And but I honestly think, because the way they do it, the way they frame those scenes, is exactly how Butcher does it, and the same response that Butcher was given, like, hey, who are you talking to, Butcher? Like, and he'll say none of your business or to nobody. I think that's why. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say
I could be wrong. I could be reaching.
I'm gonna apply something that I like to apply all the time. I'm willing to give give the theory a chance, but in the back of my mind, I'm always gonna fall back on this. I'm always, because that's just the way my mind works. My mind this is how my brain functions on a normal day-to-day basis.
Hear me out, chat. If I'm wrong, I will give Ernie Shadow of the Earth
You gotta
Tree.
shake your head.
No, fuck off.
I mean, I'll have bought Shadow of the Earth Tree by the time they reveal this. So, I mean, you
I'll refund you.
Oh, there you go. I'll well, I mean, I will say this much. I like I said, I don't necessarily think that it could, because yes, the one thing that I can, and I'll tell you the one reason why I actually am willing to believe it is because he does do that a lot across all of his shows he's ever written. But at the same time, I feel like he hasn't given enough evidence in this season to like the evidence in this season. Like, you know what it is? It's kind of like how the only way this works is because of the nature of how it's being done. If they do it the way I think they're going to do it, if they, you know, because Robo, you brought up Fight Club earlier, and it's kind of funny because I literally just recently rewatched Fight Club for the first time in a few years. And, you know, once again, Fight Club is one of those movies when you know, obviously, once you've seen it, you kind of know where it's going to go. So, you know, you spend that time paying attention to how everything is playing out. And it's one of those deals where I don't want to make it sound like I'm shitting on the movie, like, yeah, because I actually like it. But it's real easy to pull that shit off with an unreliable narrator. Like, the plot of Fight Club, and I'm gonna go try it out. Spoilers for a movie that's been out since God knows how long. I saw that movie when I was in fucking high school, in theaters in high school.
I was gonna watch it tonight, thanks, bro.
Oh, have you never seen it?
I'm joking. No,
okay, there you
go.
Okay, never mind. Anyway, but the point is, the reason why the Fight Club plot twist, why it catches everyone off guard, is because it's cheating. Like, it's cheating. I mean, yeah, in a way, they do kind of imply, like, if you kind of know what to look for, you go back, and it does, you can kind of look for the little things and go like, okay, yeah, maybe he wasn't really there. Yeah, okay, yeah. Tyler Durden is not real. But then when you go back and, like, they actually show you how everything plays out, it's like, oh, well, this motherfucker's just an unreliable fucking narrator because he's out of his fucking mind. He hasn't been sleeping in God knows how long because he's just, you know, off his fucking rocker. But, like, that's why it works, because you're not going to see it coming on a first watch, because they literally, it's like they literally say, don't look at this over here. Don't look at this over here. Don't look at this over here. It's literally some Wizard of Oz shit. Like, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. I am the great Wizard of Oz. That's basically what Fight Club does. And I'm not saying to, you know, make it seem like it's bad, but it's easy to pull off that kind of a plot twist and catch people off guard.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it when they do stuff like that, because another movie that we by the way, people, me and Ernie like a lot of the same movies. Yeah, but I feel like we talk about the ones we disagree on more often.
Well, that is true. You would think we didn't like a lot of the same shit. But, but I will also say too, we both have very weird ways of engaging with the things that we love. Because, like, sometimes I do like something, but when I like it, I can fucking rip it apart.
Right.
I will tear it down to the foundation.
So
and
Joker,
still love it. Yeah.
Joker I like, but that's not Joker though. You actually don't like Joker.
Oh, I do not like Joker. Yeah. No, Joker I don't like.
I like Joker, and I like the unreliable narrative on that. You know, what they did throughout the movie. I liked it when they did it in we just said it with
They did it in You. The last season of You, they did it.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler warning.
I haven't watched. I have never watched You, so I have no frame of reference.
I watched the few. It didn't catch me.
Yeah, they did it pretty well in the last season.
Okay.
See, I'd want out.
So what is it? 300.
Oh yeah.
You did in 300?
I was, yeah. See, this is what I think, to Ernie's point, I think there are lazy ways to do it.
Yes.
And then it's like, okay, yeah, like, oh, he was dead the whole time. Okay, got it. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's done really well, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not. When you realize, because I'm watching this movie 300, and I remember, see, I'm always like super literal with this shit. I'm like, so in this movie, do like the Persians have powers? Because they actually look like monsters for real.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when you realize it's the homie telling a story, then you start thinking back. I'm like, oh, we saw the story he was telling.
Right.
So it was bigger than life, and then it had all this crazier shit.
All the hyperbole.
And I'm like, oh, that's dope. And I remember to this day when I first realized that was happening, I was like, that's dope. I like that. I like that a lot. And ever since then, that's kind of like how I like kind of interact with movies and shit, is to be like, all right, from in this part of the movie, we're supposed to be experiencing this through his perspective. So is she actually that mean? Are they actually that strong, right? Or is this basically his perception of what's happening? And I don't think they always have to be they're dead at the end or they're hallucinating at the end. I think a lot of times we see it on very like subtle levels, right? Like well, sometimes you see it with camera angles, and we're witnessing a child getting abused, and the parent is bigger than life or angrier than would appear, and they're not hallucinating. It's just how things are perceived. And I don't know, I like shit like that.
I must have sleep did that shit pretty well. That game we play as a baby.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The last comment I'm about to say about this, and I'll admit, this one is a reach. But if it's true, I'm definitely, I'm gonna take 3 shots.
A lot of people are talking about this online. I'm gonna go look at the counters now.
Yeah, they are or they aren't.
They are.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Like on Reddit and shit.
I saw it earlier when I was looking for a picture of the mom. It was one of the first things that came up.
Yeah, that's what I said. Cause this episode for me, I fucked it up. Cause I shit you not, I was gonna do the video last Sunday, right? And I looked and I ain't see shit. And then I procrastinated because I'm a dumb bitch. And now we're here. But the last thing I will say is when in the first episode of this season, when Hughie is confronted Victoria, and then she goes like, "Well, isn't that the pot calling a teleporting bitch with his dick out, right?" And he goes like, "Biggest mistake of my life." The first thing I thought was like, she never saw him take Temp V. She never saw him inject Victoria Newman. When they met her outside, when she met him outside the trailer, he threw the acid at her. She never saw him use the powers. Matter of fact, he was avoiding her the whole season. However, the last episode of season 3, he found a small vial of the temporary V and he pocketed it. Everybody thought that he was gonna use it on the fight against Soldier Boy, but instead he just turned off the lights for Annie. And I am a believer of Chekhov gun. You never see him dispose of it. You never see him, and I'll rewatch the episode, but you never see him get rid of it. There's gonna be a reveal the same way, because Eric quickly likes to frame shit a certain way. The same way Virtue reveals, like, I already took Compound B in order to heal my cancer. It didn't work. I believe that Hughie might have taken the fucking the 10B one last time in order, and that's when Victoria saw his powers, because at no point in the last season did she see him use his powers at all.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And just in case, for
off
those
camera or something.
Yeah, off cameras. Yeah, sorry.
Just in case, because I like to keep this one handy as well.
Giggity.
For those that don't know what Chekhov's gun is, for whatever reason, it is a writing. It's a writing tactic. Basically, if you show it's in reference to having a gun hanging on the wall. If you have a gun hanging on the wall in Act 1, it needs to be fired by Act 3. Like by Act 3, you need to have fired that gun. Like you don't show something without the intention of it being used in some way. And one could make the argument that in the era of Easter eggs and teases and things of that nature, Chekhov's gun kind of becomes less powerful, but it's no less prevalent in a lot of today's writing.
Just don't go looking for it too much.
Don't look at it. Don't look at it as a rule. No,
excuse me.
Because the minute you think it's a rule and you start trying to call shit, you'll be like,
You lost
Use
supply.
that gun once.
Well, you'll
Let it use that gun once.
yeah,
Like, goddamn.
you'll disappoint
Where's
yourself.
Chekhov's gun?
Well, no, because I can't tell you how many times I've watched like movies and TV shows where like they'll kind of show something, but like it never becomes a thing. It just is. It was a thing. Like it's kind of like a here's a good example of Chekhov's gun not working. Case in point, God help this movie. Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell. The Necronomicon from Ash from the Ash movies, the Evil Dead movies, is in that movie, and it's shown at least once or twice, and the camera kind of lingers on it a little bit, but it never gets used. It's just there as a prop. Same thing goes for Predator 2. There's a scene where they go inside the Predator ship and you see a skull of an alien. Now, to be fair,
Yeah, but
well,
ABP was a thing.
well, no, but what I mean is that is long con Chekhov's gun, because that shit didn't happen till like many moons. Like Predator 2 came out when I was in like the 5th grade.
Yeah, but there was a Super Nintendo game called Alien vs Predator way before the movies.
Well, no, but what I mean is it didn't happen in the same movie, is what I mean. Like that, like Chekhov's gun is Chekhov's gun is actually better applied to movies than it is to TV shows. But in movies, if you show that, that means you need to pay that off by the time you get to the end of the movie. Not like 10, 20 movies down the road. So yeah, no, that one just doesn't. It just doesn't. That's why I say like Chekhov's gun. It worked better in older movies, where movies were a bit more uniform. In modern day movies, Chekhov's gun doesn't really work as well as some people might want it to, which is why
a lot of the times Chekhov's guns are more like they're not so literal, and I think movies have kind of like grown up and evolved since because when you go to when you take film class, you start like watching like Hitchcock and shit. It's like these are like the basics. Like this is like this was Hitchcock was like the Freud of movies, meaning like we learned a lot of stuff that Hitchcock did, but we just don't do anymore because we're more advanced than that. Hitchcock had a bird on the wall, and then there's a scene where the mounted bird, right, because somebody was a hunter or some shit, falls down. Get it? The bird gets knocked off. Bird was slain for a woman. And it was like, okay, I get it. And it's like, once you start doing that, once you actually make Chekhov's gun a gun that's on the wall that's going to be used later, then you can't do subverting expectations. No. Now they become less of items and more about ideas. And Chekhov's gun could be a plot point or something a little bit more like a concept versus an actual object, or not a thing at all. Like, for example, you brought up the alien thing. Sometimes Easter eggs could be Chekhov's gun, or just what's the word, exposition. And in that case, it sounds like that alien skull was less Chekhov's gun and more exposition to let you know how badass these are happening in the same universe.
Yeah, and also, and it's kind of funny how these things kind of play out too. A lot of times it's just because the studio has the rights to some shit and they just want to use it. Because like the reason why
cool Easter egg.
The Necronomicon, the only reason it's in Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell, the only reason it wasn't because they were trying to set up anything. It was literally just a cool prop that they had access to, and the director wanted to use it. That was it. There was no there was no
what they're hoping
con.
is that and what they're doing is they're hoping people in the audience do the meme of
they do the heavy
pointing,
lifting.
Yeah.
Well,
that's our Comic-Con.
Right. They do the Leonardo DiCaprio. They do the they lean up in the chair and go, ooh, that.
That's what I was trying to think of. I was like the I can't remember the guy's name.
That actually reminded me. You said before the stream you had a question that you wanted to ask us on the show.
Okay. Here we go. Here's one for y'all. I made this a super chat. And then I had to leave, so I didn't even get to hear Ernie's answer to it. So y'all might have already heard Ernie answer it, but I haven't.
Oh, go ahead.
Damn. That's how we starting. Cool.
And then just get out of the game. So I'm still hurt from the beginning of the stream. So
That wasn't us.
the I don't know. That's the fuck y'all to the chat.
Oh,
It wasn't most of the chat either. God damn it. Do you? And this is something that I okay, I'm just gonna start off by saying no, we won't poison the well.
Okay, go ahead.
Do
That's a
you
first.
think with the writing of this season that it is too on the nose?
Oh, okay. I will say this. Some of it, but I'm weird about the parts that are too on the nose. It like the comparisons, because I think Eric Kripke actually saved this tweet. I saved this tweet from the other day. Eric Kripke had confirmed that Firecracker was inspired by Marjorie Taylor Greene, which is really funny because I remember what.
Huh?
Oh yeah, well,
Marjorie Taylor Greene wishes.
she wishes she was.
Was it Bush body? Wait, what was it?
It was a bleached blonde, bad built butch body.
Bush body. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Not Firecracker.
but it's a. So I'm gonna tell you why he said that. Because there were a lot of people who were like, it was funny because I had retweeted it, and there were a lot of people like, no, she's not. And I was like, well, if Eric Kripke, the guy who fucking is over the show, says it, I was like, then I think he
I love when
wins.
people argue with the creators.
Yeah, it's like
you don't understand how art works.
you're like, go sit your
I
ass
made the
down
shit.
somewhere. Well, dude, that's like me going to some like if Prince were still alive and he told me that Raspberry Beret was about this and I said no, it's about this. If he just slapped the fuck out of me, I would totally think he was well within his right to do so. But
I
no,
also paid money for that. Well, would have paid money for that.
right? Well, but the thing is, to keep it on track, the thing is, the things that people are looking for in Firecracker to represent Marjorie Taylor Greene, they're not the things that are what people are actually looking at. Like, okay, yeah, does she look like Marjorie Taylor Greene? No. But she acts in a lot of ways, like the way she talks, her accent, the way that she grifts, the way that she builds a community around her, the way that she worships Homelander. It's not to say that she's supposed to be a direct one-to-one Marjorie Taylor Greene in everything and all things. It's just that it's kind of like how a character can be inspired by something, but doesn't necessarily mean that they are supposed to be a carbon copy of that thing. Like, I would even go as far as to say that, on surface level, no, they don't look anything alike, and it's kind of harder to see.
I thought she was a Tucker Carlson type person.
I think she's a pastiche. I think she's a pastiche of a lot of different people.
Right.
But Marjorie Taylor Greene and like Lauren Boebert, those are kind of like the low-hanging fruit parts of it that I'm pretty sure like I always tell people so like in the comic that I'm writing, there's a character that's not a spoiler. Anyway, there's a character who is inspired by a WWE wrestler. Inspired by Rhea Ripley. Does she act like her? Kind of. But like the look of the character is kind of where the inspiration stops, if that makes any sense. Like, inspiration can be a lot of different things. It could be how a character looks. It could be how they act. It could be little small parts that most people probably wouldn't notice. And it just kind of is what it is and kind of goes on from there. But
talking about being on the nose,
but being on the nose, I feel like stuff like this, no, I don't think it's too on the nose.
Right.
When they did the Pizzagate thing, that was on the nose. That was a little too on the nose for me. Not to mention because Pizzagate, I feel like, is so far past, it's not even like recent. Like it's not even like Pizzagate to me is not even topical anymore. It would have been more like even at a point where it kind of like, okay, So the part where Starlight is talking to Bobby and basically I guess soon to be president or maybe president singer, whatever. At that point where she's talking to him and she makes a comment about how like he paid for some ad space on to catch the people. Well, basically, he paid for ad space on to pop up during a television show like NCIS or CSI Vegas or whatever, where the core audience is basically a bunch of people who fell asleep or died with the TV on. That was like, it was a cool line, but at the same time, it felt kind of shoehorned in. Like, it felt like the scene was literally written just to say that one thing, as opposed to the line being written for a scene, if that makes any sense. Like, it's kind of like when writers want to write something, they'll usually think of something really cool and then try and write around it, but also at the same time try and make that thing feel like it belongs where it is. This kind of felt like you're pushing to get this line in here. Like, it's a line that honestly, I mean, it makes sense for what they're talking about, but like, it was a very clear shot across the bow at at Fox News and Republicans and how they market to an audience that is practically dead, like practically on life support. Like that, it's on one side of it, I'm like, that's cool, but on the other hand, it's how the line is delivered that I feel is like
in a general sense. Do you think this season is too on the nose in a general broad sense?
No, I mean, not too on the nose. I do think it's on the nose, but I don't think it's. I don't think it's so on the nose that I don't enjoy it.
That is cringy. I got two examples that when I heard them, like I low key cringed because it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? The first one was when they were doing when they were doing VOT news, and at the end of a segment there was a commercial for a catheter, making fun of making fun of like the audience that watches Fox News. And I'm like, you guys been making that same joke every season. Like we get it. Like, to me it was like, it was just, it made me cringe. And the second one was when I think episode 3, when they were in this Vault on Ice shit. Not the song, but I thought the song was hilarious. But it's when Sage and Homelander was talking to Victoria, and it's like, oh, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna put a soup in charge of the police in every state. You're not gonna teach critical soup theory. And I'm like, really? Critical soup theory? Like, it was, to me, it wasn't even clever.
No, well, even like when they said alt soup.
Alt soup, yeah.
It was like it's stuff like that. I think is too on the nose, but like overall,
what was even made even sillier was the fact that Sage has already made it a point about her position about being the smartest person and being a black woman in a space that is dominated by racist whites.
She hates that soup, but I love her in it. Yeah,
facts. Facts. And to me, it was like, when acknowledging the fact that she was beefing with like Firecracker and all this shit, to make her say that line about critical soup theory just felt forced. Because is that even a thing in that world?
Right.
You know what I mean? Knowing that, because she's already spewing critical race theory. You know, she was talking about, anyways. So that's when, to me, it was like, okay, I cringe. But at the same time, it makes me think, like, if I rewatch certain shit that was on the nose from like, there may have been too on the nose on the first 3 seasons, would I reacted that way, or I'm just becoming desensitized to it because it's happening every season, right? Because I think about another cringy moment was on the last episode of season 2 where they were doing the school shooter shit.
That was a bit much.
Was doing the ad, right? I remember the first time I seen it, I was like, oh wow, I know what they're doing, ha cool, right? But then when I rewatched it, I was like, ugh, like, we get it. Like, but it's like, it was, I guess, too on the nose. So I don't know. I think it's like, I'm gonna say what the same thing Blerd said. I don't think it's too on the nose where I'm not enjoying myself, but there's been a couple moments that I've rolled my eyes like, oh, okay.
Paris Yule, that is really good. God damn, what a
happened?
really good. I like that a lot, actually. It almost changes my mind. Not
Oh,
bothered by it at
yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Reminds
yeah,
me
yeah.
of the difference between Euphoria and not like us. I'm like, okay, that's actually solid. That's actually really good. So personally,
Okay,
personally,
I'm gonna be slow right now. The difference between your friend and not like us, meaning what exactly? I'm sorry, I'm being slow.
the
I'm
Kendrick
talking about
Lamar
Kendrick
beef.
Lamar.
I know that
Euphoria was more like talking around shit and alluding to shit.
Not Like
and
Us
not
was
like
very
us was
direct.
like you're a
Gotcha,
pedophile, you stupid
gotcha.
bitch.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
My dumbass.
So okay. So first of all, let me say this. Like you said, right? Being critical of the things you love. I'm still loving the boys. And I want to see where it goes and yada yada yada. But there is a point, and this happens with movies that do too much exposition. There's this thing that happens where the writer treats the viewers like they're dumb. Like, you're not gonna get this, so I'm gonna have them all explain it. And I think this season, because think about what we said, right? All the chuds now are like, what? Right? And it's like, we've already said it. We said the thing. We said now they had to spell it out because you were too stupid to see it through the first seasons. That action of them spelling it out makes me feel like, I'm like, okay, all right. The red hats. Like I'm
The home
I
teamers,
personally,
the Starlighters, the Antifa.
all the shit that you guys said, exactly. Like the critical, all that stuff is kind of like, all right, okay. You know, I personally, I'm enjoying it still, but I just don't, I don't find it as enjoyable. I like smart writing, and I don't find it as enjoyable when it's spelled out like super fucking clearly. You know what I mean? Like, I swear to God, if they have Homelander, and you're gonna laugh, but this is how on the nose I think they're getting towards in this season. But Homelander losing his hair and being subconscious about his tan and using orange self tanner is not out of the question. Like, I can see him doing that next season.
Well,
and I'm just kind of like, okay.
Well, I mean, remember, remember, they even did the thing, like, I think we talked about before, like how, you know, they homaged both this season and last season, the whole line where, you know, I heard someone say I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and, you know, wouldn't be a judge to convict me. And they literally do it in the season finale of season 3, and they handle the trial of it in, you know, the season premiere this season. So, like, yeah, and even, you know, you can even make an argument
that's actually, let me interrupt you real quick, because that is an example of why of a good way to do it, right? And so instead of saying I could kill somebody on Fifth Avenue and then get away with it, they have him do it and have them cheer. That I like. Well, I'm not saying that's super intellectual and super super smart. That's some Scorsese shit, but it didn't. It's like, if that had happened in this season, I feel like they would have said, Homelander would have been like, they act like I could, you know, no, they say that I can kill somebody on Vaught Avenue, and they would still like me, and they all cheered. It's like, you're quoting him word for word now. But instead, last season, they actually said, now watch, we're going to do the thing, and we're going to show that. And that's smarter, in my opinion.
No, I 100% agree. Like, it's execution is what it always is going to come down to me. It's always going to come down to execution. There are plenty of movies and TV shows I've seen that have a lot of political and social and economic commentary, whatever. Some do it well, some don't.
Yeah.
And
it was on the nose, BWF, but I'm saying not too. I'm talking about overly on the nose. I think, like, personally, I think the show's been on the nose since season 1. They
weren't winking at the camera when they said it, or they weren't like pausing for applause when it happened. It was one of those things. It just happens. Like the whole Pizzagate thing, when the dude comes in, like, basically saying, "Hey,
Where are those kids?
Yeah, where are the
I'ma save
kids?
those
Like,
kids.
Starlight Gate, da 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 da, and it's just like, all right, now you've ruined it.
Yeah,
It's like, and I want to be clear when I say this. It doesn't make me enjoy the show like that much less. It's just one of those things. I'm kind of like, as long as you're not, and I say this for everything. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as I feel the show is not like you know how like on Family Guy had that one season where they would literally put the show on pause to do the Conway Twitty bit.
Fucking hated that shit.
Like they'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty. And like I remember one time they did it. It was like because Family Guy was known for cutaway gags. So it seemed like, oh, they're gonna play the song for like a few seconds and they're gonna move back to the show. And then you realize the whole fucking song played. And it was just like, I don't feel comfortable right now. I was like, well, because for one, I don't like Conway Twitty, and I don't even like the songs he was singing. I hate the way he sings. I hate that like old, like twangy, crooning ass country shit.
Yeah,
I cannot like that fucking tear in my beer shit. You can keep that, but that's what it feels like when they do certain things. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty. Like it's like I feel like you are literally pausing the show to get a joke in. One that I feel you under better circumstances could just write into the show and keep the show moving. Like and to make, and I want to make sure I keep the same energy. I feel this way about a lot of things. I feel this way about a lot of shit. And I remember when what was it? What was the man, dude, I hate saying this. This is about to hurt me. It's about to hurt my soul. I love Willow. The TV show I like, but it does the same shit. The show will literally
a lot
go.
Of that shit does.
Yeah. It's like you are putting the show on pause to do a thing that, and I want to make it clear when I say this. I'm not saying I don't want to see the thing. What I'm saying is, I would rather you do the thing a lot smarter. And do it in a way that doesn't make the show feel like it came like the bus. You literally like you slam the brakes. Like you gotta ease the brake. You gotta ease. Put your foot down gently on the brake. Don't just slam that motherfucker. Like, you gotta.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that shit. But it's like, yeah. Long and short, I don't hate it.
No.
I don't necessarily love it either. But yeah,
Some replies are, how smart do you think the public is? My reply to that's gonna be always the same, right? Even to the criticism that Civil War wasn't obvious enough, and people are gonna miss the point. People have the same falling down. People have the same complaint about that. I had a whole conversation on the Discord about that with Dakota, about falling down. But I'm like, listen, I watch movies for me.
Yes.
I don't watch movies for anybody else. So I watched Falling Down, and I got exactly what they were saying. This was an indictment of the middle American white male who doesn't understand. And his last line was, "Am I the bad guy?" And lots of people meme the fuck out of that movie to be racist. And people are mad at the movie for that. I don't care that there's stupid people out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I mean, I do care, but and so if this was done in a way where they kept missing the point, okay, I don't want my entertainment to be a lesson for them all the time.
Well, no. And that's why I to be fair, when I make my arguments about Civil War, I'm mostly joking. But I will definitely say
you did find it slower than was that the main thing?
Oh no, I did like it was it wasn't even so much that. I felt like it hemmed and hawed a bit too much. But like not necessarily. I'm not saying
you weren't
it
the only
doesn't.
person that said it. I've heard that a lot.
No, like it's not that I don't think the movie doesn't have anything to say. I feel like it hems and haws about what it wants to say because it doesn't want to alienate anybody. And like on either side, because like someone mentioned earlier, The Boys doesn't just make fun of right wingers; it makes fun of left wingers too.
Yeah,
it's just that the difference is who gets mad about it, like or who even notices it. Like, because hell, there's definitely some jokes about blue-haired liberals in The Boys. There's been plenty of jokes about blue-haired liberals and and Antifa and shit like that.
Starlight has been a punchline to a lot of left-leaning jokes since season 1.
Yeah, no, 100%.
She's supposed to be though.
Well, no,
but
yeah.
What you're saying is nobody's getting pissed off about that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, they're not getting pissed off for the same reasons. Like, now that you say it, they're probably the left isn't getting pissed off. Probably for a lot of the reasons why the right isn't getting pissed off or hadn't up until this point is because they don't see themselves in the people getting made fun of.
Right. Well, because we always equate conservative, right wing, Republican. We often equate it with stupid because, and once again, I say stereotypes oftentimes do exist for a reason. That's usually kind of the demographic. It's usually people who are less intelligent. It's why red states usually tend to have the worst education, and stuff of that nature. But no, to kind of, to kind of put it on the same token, which you're talking about with Falling Down, like, I always thought the discourse around Falling Down was strange because I don't hate the movie. I love it. I love Falling Down. I think it's a fantastic movie. And I feel like I got out of it what I think you're supposed to get. Like, it's about how a person, no matter how well-meaning or well-intentioned or seemingly normal or seemingly well-adjusted you might think they are, they can have a really fucked up day. Like, and that was kind of what I took away from it. Like, yes, some of the stuff he said was kind of wild, and I think you're kind of supposed to find it that way because he's a guy who's kind of ignorant of some things. But he's also, they have a very clear point in the movie where they kind of let you know that he's not exactly the person you might think he is. By the time you get to the end of it, but at the end of the day, he still winds up realizing, wait, did I fuck up? But it's, I think it's kind of hard to watch it now, for some people. But if you can't separate your fantasy and reality for a moment. But I also think that's kind of the
super relevant now.
Oh no, I think it is too. I think
it is a story about that middle American white dude having that frustration for losing that power. Yeah, that's what this has all been about. This has been it's been about this since Juneteenth.
Oh, no, 100%.
White people losing their power and losing their mind. Falling Down was, and I think that the scene with the, I bet you all didn't know a Falling Down segment was coming. I think the scene with him, with the neo-Nazi in the bottom, I think that said less about who he wasn't and more about who he was. Because it was like, sometimes I ask people, hey, bro, your president just got elected. Who threw a fucking actual no shit parade? The Ku Klux Klan. What the fuck does that tell you? You know what I mean? What does that tell you? And so what you have is this dude who's like, yeah, oh my God, fuck yeah, I feel the same fucking way. And you find out he's a whole ass neo-Nazi, goose-stepping neo-Nazi, and they go, oh, just like they do. Oh, this is not me. This is not me. Like, you're not wondering why he liked all the shit he had to say, though. You know what I'm saying? And so, I think it's relevant. I like storytelling, but you notice they didn't have to fucking like spell it out. They just told it in story.
They just told the story. No, they didn't put the movie didn't go like at no point did Michael Douglas turn like do this little number right here turns like, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Conway Twitty. Like at no point did they do that. And I do agree with you. I think the reason why I say I think it's harder for some people to watch, like if you're politically dialed in, but you're also a person who just doesn't do well with being able to
tease out
watch
that sort of stuff. Subtext.
Yeah. Like because even people who are politically dialed in don't do well with subtext sometimes. Yeah, it's kind of like the same reason, like where you have people say, "Oh, man, fuck this movie because it has a pedophile in it." And it's like, well, the pedophile is not the hero of the story. The pedophile is the is the bad guy as they should be. It's like, oh, there's a Nazi in this movie. Well, the Nazi's the bad guy. He's not the hero of the story. It's like people who can't deal with that. Those are the people I'm talking about that don't do well with movies like Falling Down. Like, it's like, you got to be able to, it's like, look, man, you got to have a bad guy. And so long, and I feel that so long as at no point the storyteller is making excuses for the bad guy. Like, and when I mean excuses, I mean like kind of like what we were talking about earlier with Homelander. Like, well, yeah, he was abused. That's why he's bad, and that's why we should think he's okay. No, I don't want my storyteller telling me that. I want my story. I want my storyteller to say, "Hey, this guy's a monster. Here's why he's a monster."
Which I think they did beautifully.
Right? No, they did it perfectly. I think they did it
because they let us know. Yeah, it made me feel something. I'm sad.
Oh yeah,
I was like, I was imagining a little fucking kid being burned alive. Because he couldn't die from it. And yet, here we go, fucking crazy. You had that picture up earlier, like blowing people's heads. I'm like, oh man, yeah.
Dude,
well, I still hate him.
Dude, when he stepped on old boy after he burned off his eggplant, the way, like when the lady was like, "Hey, put him out of his misery," he's like, "All right," and he just steps on him. I'm like,
and he did it slowly. He did it kind of slow.
They let you know. They let you know.
Speaking, when you guys talk about Falling Down,
you would think woke as fuck.
Facts.
But go ahead.
Well, when you guys talking about like Falling Down, like, and how people not getting like subtext or like the fact that it's a satirical or parody of, I always think about Helldivers. Like, or lately I've been thinking about how Helldivers. And I seen that discourse online about it, especially when the creators were saying woke shit, and people were like, "Oh, why would you ruin your game?" It was like, have you guys not seen? You're playing propaganda of the game, and they're making it dumb.
Yeah, you could just go to the source. I mean, people don't get Starship Troopers.
No.
And you know what I think a lot of times? I think about this. I actually, because I used to be on the right, because I spent 23 years in the military and grew up evangelical, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't start, like I said this last week, I didn't start moving left until about 34, 30, maybe about 12 years ago, right?
And I was there.
And it's like, there's still people in my life that I love and respect. There are even friends. Well, I probably now most of them have blocked me, but there are people who are falling off, but they're not totally cut me off yet. That would vote for Trump, right? And I've noticed something because I allow some grace. I noticed there's degrees to this shit, right? There are people, and these are the people that typically have blocked me by now, or I don't fuck with anymore, that are like, yeah, Mexicans are rapists, and we need to get this country right, and immigration, and okay, all right.
Every time
that's one.
Me.
That's one level, right? That's one level. Cool. That's easy, right? That's easy. That's the text, as they would say, right? But then we start moving from there, and there is a group of people that I give grace to, for a little bit until I get to talk to them, and they still don't change their mind. And there are people out there that just don't. It's a team sport to them. They don't watch the news. They don't watch talk radio. They don't read magazines. They don't read books. They don't care about any of this. If you start talking to them about policies and what legislation is being passed, like, I'm trying to go watch TV. I'm trying to put football on, or like, they don't care about any of this. So to them, it's a team sport. And to a lot of these people, it's Christian Republican, military Republican, and that's it. That's it, right? And so a lot of these people, they just got. So do you people like watch film to really get into it? Like, you know what I mean? Like my favorite class in high school was literature and film. I missed my calling. I wish I went to film school for literature. I don't care if I was in movies or not. I just want that knowledge, And I'm like, I love this shit. But a lot of people are like, nah, see, what he's doing here is it's supposed to be a play on the suffering of man, right? And if you watch, the reason why he can't get through this problem is because he hasn't actually progressed. And you know what I mean? And I'm like, and there's some people who are like, man, I'm not trying to think about all that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Spider-Man clap some cheeks.
yeah,
What are you talking about?
can I get a headshot in here or what? You know what I mean? And if that's the way you watch movies, then you're definitely gonna always miss the shit. Starship Troopers, you know what Starship Troopers is about? Giant fucking pugs, giant guns, and titties and co-ed showers.
And no political messaging
The end.
whatsoever.
You know what I mean? Because they
there were
don't do
titty
that.
scene? I don't
Yeah,
remember
they had
titty
that
scene.
co-ed, they had that
Yeah.
co-ed shower scene, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
There were
did my parents
several-
put my eyes for that one,
There were several
Fucking
women
in the
walking
wood.
around like titties, like just swinging.
bro.
Just-
That's what it was, man.
Which, by the way, was actually pretty progressive.
it
My
actually
punk-ass
was.
ass- come on.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just
compromise.
titties, and nobody was acting stupid.
No.
Nobody was being, no one was getting essayed.
Nobody's
you know what I mean?
nobody's eyes were constantly drifting. Like everybody
Yeah.
was like
Which-
yeah.
Which is what would happen. Isn't that funny how like modesty actually creates like a problem almost? You know what I mean? Because if everybody's, then it wouldn't be cool anymore. Look at indigenous people who don't, you know what I mean? Like, look at them titties. I'm like,
This
there's
is
always titties.
Tuesday.
What are you talking about? There's
Man,
titties.
like you fucking
That's
weirdo.
it's a body part, weirdo. What the fuck's wrong
get
with you?
the out of here.
That's where the milk comes
Now.
out.
Now bottom of feet. Oh,
Yeah, oh,
bottom
no,
of feet.
You see them toes?
no. I mean, it's funny to me though, just because I love it because Starship Troopers is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like unironically, one of my favorite movies of all time. I've loved that movie since day one. Even when people were constantly shitting on it for being so bad. I remember me and my boys, it was a common thing whenever we were playing like video games together, like where it was like, oh man, like you how like some people say, go on without me. No, like we wouldn't say that. We would always quote Starship Troopers. We'd be like, Rico, you know what to do. Basically saying, just go ahead and end me, man. End me and leave me. I'm done. We always be like, Rico's Roughnecks. Like we would always say like dumbass shit like that. Just like it was one of the movies we often like would quote just because how funny we thought it was. But like it was also because we understood what the message of it was. Like we're like, dude, this is political satire of the highest order. Like this is not someone trying to say, hey, look how awesome war and the military is. It's like, no, this is someone saying that your military, your government are probably fucking lying to you. They are taking advantage of you.
Dare I say, you understood the assignment.
Yeah, I felt like I did. I felt like I did. But I want to make it clear here to like in case, because I know there's some people that probably got some mixed messages because I made some jokes earlier. I want to make sure that I'm clear on everyone. I'm aware there's a political message. I'm aware there's a political we all are aware there's a political message in The Boys. Maybe I should have gotten into acting because apparently I am really good at throwing people. I'm really good at throwing people, even when I don't try to. Like when I feel like I'm being obviously sarcastic, like maybe I don't know, maybe I missed
your calling.
Yeah, maybe I missed my calling, man. Maybe that's what
I mean,
know,
Morgan Freeman started acting like when he was 60, 40 years ago.
I mean, to be
Sir,
fair,
sir,
I feel
what's
like,
his face, right?
yeah,
Yeah, what's his name? The guy, the wizard guy.
about Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like he did like theater for a long time, and it was just like, but like, it was. I felt like movies was where he kind of came in, like kind of late. Well, I mean, but it just I want to make sure it's clear so that I just want to make sure no one walks away from this thinking like,
I think it's clear.
Yeah,
I think you threw like 2 or 3 people.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Because
calm down, Denzel. Calm down.
Well, no, because early, like, no, I'm just saying, because like early on there was
straight to 3. Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna instigate some shit. That's immature of me. Continue. I was gonna channel my inner Carter.
Oh Lord, this man was gonna instigate some shit.
You ain't delete enough comments. You gotta delete more comments if you're trying to channel.
Fair enough.
You know what's funny? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say. sometimes like I'll watch Cardus like deletes of comments, and I'm always like, ooh, because I got mod powers. I want to see what was deleted. Like see comment. And I look at comment. Carter be deleted shit like stupid question.
Oh yeah. It's like it's always
stupid question. I'm not answering that. Deleted. I'm just
always like
you could just not answer.
Or it'll
I
be
need to send a message.
He's like, no, he's like, I got to train him.
Send a message.
Well, no, because I think it was one time somebody said something. It was like the most like lukewarm thing. Like just room temperature ass thing, and I was like,
exactly. That's what I mean.
I was like, dude, I said, leave the motherfuckers alone, man. Just like stop. I was like, stop banning folks.
Is Krakoa gonna show up on the moon in this next issue?
Banned.
Deleted.
I'm like,
I'm like
timed out.
Oh.
I'm like,
all right.
Like, come on, man. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, dude, like, I was like, come on, like,
I'm over here looking for racism and and people trying to be trolls and shit.
Bro.
I'm like,
no, because
my mind is blown right now. Because honestly, my mind is blown right now because I seen the deleted shit. I'm like, damn, there's a lot of racist motherfuckers here in the Blerd cave. We don't get this many fucking chuds on.
No, we don't.
No, but it's just him deleting fucking just stupid ass questions.
Well,
I'm today years old, and I just realized this now.
Oh yeah. Well, no, because there was one time we actually did have like some legitimate like racist people show up, and like he wasn't deleting their shit, and I was just like. I was like, okay.
Should have been a stupid question.
I was like, it should have been. If you frame your racism as a stupid question, it'll get deleted. Or because other people had gotten like, I had to go back and look, and it was like, oh well, I can't tell which one of these is a racist person and which one of these is a dumb question. But it's like, I was like, just.
I think the only one I've caught like racism as far as is like, anytime y'all bring up like Kanye or Jewish anything. Right, because I'm all like fuck Zionism, right, all day. But I'm like, my ears prick. I'm like, oh
my god,
time to watch the chat because people about to get real anti-Semitic up in here. I can already tell.
Dude, let me tell you something. I remember I don't remember how we got on this topic so many years ago.
I don't know, yeah.
But I remember no, I'm talking about like just like the inciting incident. But no, it was like there was something this was
but I also know what Rubber meant too.
Yeah, that too. Oh yeah, the Alyssa Mercante interview that also brought out a lot of actually, dude, do you know there's people who are still replying to that video?
Still.
I
love that.
I was going through my shit and saw there was a new comment and it was for that video. I was like, dude, how? I was like, why are y'all still talking about this? I was like, I appreciate the views, but man, why are y'all still talking? I was like, dude, we have since moved on. Like
watch that video.
But
I have a comment out there of me just saying something about recording in public because it was like a cop watch thing.
Mm-hmm.
I made this comment like, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. To this day, every once in a blue moon, a comment pops up. Be like, you don't know shit. What are you, a fucking lawyer? I'm like,
it's like, oh my god.
I don't even remember the video anymore, homie.
I'll just say this. I forget who it was or what it was, but it was back when like there was that whole like fake ass fucking documentary that was like, or no, I remember what it was when Nick Cannon said that wild ass shit about Jewish people.
Yeah,
and talking about how like black people were the real Jews and this, that, and the other. And I was just like, dude, we were talking, dude, the chat turned into fucking hoteps. And I was just like, it was
Black Israelite shit. Like, I'm like,
and shit.
It was like everybody said like, oh, finally. It was like they could break the glass.
Some people.
Yeah.
It was Kanye.
That too.
And it was like, notice what had to get him fired. Can't make fun of them. And it was just like,
I was like, oh my god.
Oh no, you gotta cut that. No.
I was like, you're on that ESG. Is that the ESG stuff? Is that what is that where ESG comes into play?
With the bank, the loans and shit.
Yeah, like the, you know what I'm saying? I see now. Those globalists, you know how they are, like the Soroses. It's like,
Oh, is that what it is? Hebrew Israelites? I thought it was
I
black
just,
Israelites or black.
I don't know. All I know is that whenever I hear that shit, I'm just like, look, man, black culture, African culture is a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is so beautiful. And it is already special in and of itself.
He's about to say some shit.
We don't need to like.
Yeah.
We don't need to like
the real Jewish people.
we don't need to go on that bullshit to be special. I just want to make it clear that like
I remember.
Yeah, we don't need that. We're
somebody
special.
Told me that the reason you look at indigenous people today, and they're like me colored, and it's like
Me colored.
like they're like, nah, that is a white supremacist lie.
Yeah.
They're all indigenous people before colonizers came and changed history books were actually like African full black, and I'm like, I don't think that's right. I don't
No.
Yeah, you
No.
wouldn't, because you're reading the white man's history books. I'm like, this is how conspiracy theories work, though, because they're right, right? Even in therapy and shit like that, like you got a lot of white centric history, a lot of white centric, medicine. There's a lot of shit that white supremacy fucks up, but then you like take it that step
Extra
to like
It's that extra
stupidity.
Yeah. Well, it's
Just
to
like, you were
the
right there, but then you jumped.
It's to the point
Right.
of erasure of complete and total other cultures is when I'm like,
and
okay.
just ignoring science altogether.
Yeah. Like ignoring science and actual historical facts unmolested by colonization. Like it's like
Those choice of words.
Hey, by the way, real quick,
Yes.
it's a little late in the game now. I want to say this at the beginning, but I forgot.
Go ahead.
I just so y'all know, I'm gonna start having the questions for Nerds of Culture Discord window up, because
I
I
have it
keep
up.
saying that. Do you? And
I
I'm like,
do.
I feel bad. I feel bad because I was like, I don't know. If you look up, I've apologized more than once because I forgot again. And this time I didn't even apologize. I just sent a screenshot to Blerd. I'm like, man, how I keep fucking missing this. So, just real quick, Shin has a question here
Yes.
like, earlier this month. Actually, I think it was last week.
It was just last
Earlier
week.
Right? The 10th? What is 10th? Yeah, it's not bad.
A little over a week ago. A little over.
11 days.
We actually have a couple. We haven't.
Yeah, well, Gillis Moda, the least we could do is read.
Well, no, I can answer it. I can actually answer it. I actually plan to answer it. I can actually answer all of them. Honestly. So we got the time. I'm also gonna mark them so that they will be known as addressed.
It's official.
It's official.
They're
being handled.
I know, right?
They're being handled. Okay.
How many episodes will that last?
I'm gonna try and be better about it all the time.
Yeah.
I was asking.
I mean,
Yeah.
now, which I'm about to do. But no, I cower over nothing says, I don't know if this is the place for this question, but with the end of the Krakoan era, whatever happened to the year 100 and year 1000 stuff? The mutants in the habitat and the days of the days of future past, time with Rasputin. I saw they brought her to the present, but I was looking forward to seeing if they got out of the habitat. Okay, so here's the thing. That timeline has been averted, is basically what that was. With everything that has happened with the House of X era, all that was for all intents and purposes, a potential future. Year 1000, all that stuff that we saw from that was from an earlier life. So it's just gone. It's a dead timeline. You're not gonna get that back. As a matter of fact,
Is it a dead timeline, or is it were they able to break off and they they don't have to be on that one?
It was because Moira died. Moira died in that timeline, so when she dies in that timeline, it resets it. That timeline thus becomes dead. Technically, it does carry on after her death, but like for all intents and purposes, it's no longer the main timeline anymore. And all that stuff from like year 100, year 1000, all of it is off the table. It was hinted at that's like, I think what was in Rise of the Powers. No, it was Fall of the House of X where it happened. Maybe it was Rise of Powers. Either way, point of the matter, Rise of the Powers of 10, Fall of the House of X. In one of those, they hinted at the preserve from year 1000, but like they never ultimately got to pull it off in this timeline. But they were about to pull it off early because of what Xavier was doing working with Orcus. So that's why you lose that. So that answers that question. The next question from Gearless Moda is Blerd Without Fear. How's your story coming along? Would it be possible to get an update on your writing and or narratives you've been working on? Thanks in advance and appreciate the time reading this. So this one is pretty easy. I can talk about it because I got that too. I have it cocked and loaded. No, you're good. I actually downloaded it earlier while we were talking. No one even noticed. No, I can talk about it because I actually have I feel like I can say a little bit more about it. Basically, I kind of hinted at this on the Blur Cave the week before, I think. But the story is like the first issue is scripted and done. The second issue is mostly scripted and done. What I am going to do is I'm going to go back and reformat some things just to make it easier to read. For any for any and all that would read it, more specifically an artist and or letterer. And I can definitely say as far as like as far as that goes, I think it's safe to say we're in the stage right now where the preview is for the most part done. It still needs to be lettered. The first issue is scripted and we're in the staging phases of getting ready to do art on that. And then, we'll kind of move on to the next thing. I'm going to try and get it done as quick as humanly possible since I only have to write it. And the only thing that's going to hold me up is paying someone to, draw it is basically going to be it. And I don't really know how I want to tackle that. I thought about doing it issue by issue. And then I thought about doing it as just one big graphic novel. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Maybe I'll put a poll up in the Discord or something. And we can kind of go from there on that. And then as far as like other narratives and stuff like that goes, I know I kind of fell off on my videos doing the X-Men Onyx stuff. I kind of talked about this briefly on previous Blur Cave. I have a video that I did record recently that I was going to put up like not too terribly long ago, but I felt so not okay with it. Largely because I was kind of just doing my own little musings and talkings while, as I am wont to do. And I kind of felt like I was being very uncharacteristic of myself. I'll put it that way. And I was just bitching and moaning and complaining whenever something didn't go right. And it just, I don't know. I felt like it was not something it's not something I felt that I would give to someone else who is being supportive who is being supportive of me. It didn't feel right to do that. So I've basically been going through the process of re-recording, or not even re-recording, just recording a different one, and I'll just revisit that other one later, at a later stage or something. And so there's that. It's still there. That's still a thing that's happening. It's just kind of happening in the background. And because the main comic is, for the most part, has an artist and, all it really needs is just to be lettered and worked on from that perspective. I have been working on a one-shot manga style deal that I can't really talk about a whole heap of a lot of, but I have mapped out the first 5 chapters of it. The first 5 or 6 chapters of it have been mapped out. I have fully scripted the first chapter of it. And I've been just doing tons of character designs and sketches and for the most, I would say character design is about 70% done. Like for principal characters that would show up immediately. Nice. And there's that. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, you know what? I see Anarchy Hamster brought up something here. Says, what if you did the X-Men Onyx as a what if story time? You tell us a story like as we listen. That's actually not a bad idea, and it's something that I will. I'm gonna write down. That might be something. I think that's something to consider, honestly. Just to make it something that can actually happen in a timely fashion. So there's that. And then there. Wrote it down. Booyah, bitches. Yes, it's not any easy. It's not easy. Let's see here. Let's see here. How many pages is a story in general? So for the main one, Heart of the Darkness is which is the main one. That one is going to be, I think as it stands right now, I think it's at like, I wanted to do like a big first issue. So I did that one at like 32 pages. I don't know. It may actually shrink down. I may actually kind of move some shit around and move it to the second issue. And then push the story back out that way. Because technically, I would rather tell a story. I'd rather the first issue leave people wanting more than feel like it overstays its welcome, I guess. So that could change. I could see that changing. But yeah, it may, like, honestly, what might be the easiest is to go issue by issue. And then if it does well, then go from there. I'm not going to try to, I'm not going to try and overextend. Try not to.
Is it going to be woke though?
I mean,
should be.
Hopefully. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'll let our guy tell us.
It's woke.
Yeah, it's woke. Yeah, there are not like right away, just because some of these things don't, like, I kind of want to tell one particular story first. I want there to be lots of different representation. I mean, it's going to be like the world. It takes place in my city, so it's going to be as ethnically.
I mean, from the jump, there's black people in it.
Well, yeah, I was about to say the main character is black, so I mean it's automatically. So first off,
it's woke.
Well, no, like it's got a black main character, so
too many niggas.
So it's DEI off rip. It's DEI off rip. So I mean, you got it is what it is. But no, so the principal character is black. There are different characters of different colors and creeds, different sexualities, genders, and and binaries, non-binaries. I have even written specific characters that I guess their inclusion would probably give it the appearance of being woke, I would imagine, but to me, it's just outside. To me, it's just outside, real life.
Yeah, outside.
And the Blerd Cave is still gonna happen, G. Martinez.
Yes.
Blerd Cave is still gonna happen. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's like,
when he said that shit, it's like,
nah, that's gonna be like a 30-minute answer. Like, come on now, come on. We got a comic book PhD over here.
Yeah.
We're getting on that time where we both, it's not we both, all three of us get hungry. So
I will say this. Those are Blerd Cave questions. Shin Godzilla says, how do you feel about a future where we face the fact we don't own our games? I've been seeing more waves of fighting against the preservation and direct ownership of physical video games, and Steam putting its foot down that you can't transfer your library posthumously. What do you feel you want from your games ownership experience?
Ain't shit we can do about it.
No, there really isn't.
We're losing it. We're lost it. If
The
you're
war's
playing on a
lost.
console, you know what I'm saying? If you're playing on a console, it's already done. Those licensed games are, people don't get it. Yeah, you can play offline. But When you connect that shit to the internet,
Boom, gone.
they could turn it off. They could turn that shit off whenever you want. And if you think they can't, you're not reading the fine print. I'm not sure. Should not. PC. There's always going to be a fight there, right? You have your indie games and your Linux games and stuff like that. But I just don't see. I don't see that. I don't see this going any other way. The days of hard media are gone.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
It actually might get worse.
It's good. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's only going to keep getting worse.
Because I know the CEO of Rockstar talking about that gamers should pay per hour, however long the game is, because they say like it's not fair to developers. According to him, that
that's not wild though. Do you disagree with that?
That paying for game for the hour. So if I buy granted GTA 6, I gotta pay hourly to play. Hell yeah, it's wild.
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah,
I didn't. So it sounded like he's saying how long it took to make the game.
No. It says like you pay per hour you play the game, not per the hour of the length of the game. And even they didn't even say it. And even still,
that's that second. That's that second part.
What's
not
that
the hour. The second part of what you're saying is making me feel like he means like.
Oh, okay.
As far as like, if it took you 3 minutes to make, like a lot of these 8-bit games that are like, oh, look at this new game we dropped. Like, yeah, what I'm saying. Like why am I, you know? But those games aren't $70, right?
Got you.
But like if a game like, oh my God, we had this big ass team, it took this many hours. See, the only reason why I would be against it is because the Amwell is not going to the developers. But if there was a way for me to know that the worker was getting that, then I think it is fair to say that the more hours that were put into a game by the worker, it should cost more money. I'm
more pessimistic about it because they will like if that's the wave. Let's say that's the wave. Let's say they're charging you for the length of the game.
It's literally how you buy everything else.
But think about it though. They will blow every fucking game with bullshit just so they can get the maximum amount of dollars. I'd rather you just give me DLC at that point.
No. You're right. But still, the answer is maybe because we do that with every other product, right? A well-made product is a well-made car is more expensive than a cheaply made car, right?
That's okay.
I mean, yeah, but then if I talk about movies, you know what I mean? Like movie tickets at a movie theater or on the streaming services, they don't cost more because the movie is longer or better quality.
Well, that's the theater though. So you do charge more. Our fancier theaters with better sound systems and more amenities. Those tickets are usually more than the drive-in with the fucking,
We talk about streaming services though. Like if we talk about if there's a
you brought a movie.
No, I brought movie theaters and
right. So I'm including drive-in theaters tickets. Movie theaters are more expensive. Streaming, I don't know.
True. Well, here I'll say this. Just in terms of
fiduciary.
Yeah, fiduciary responsibility. Yeah, fiduciary responsibility to your shareholders. That is one thing. My main thing with it is that I just accepted a long time ago. I don't own shit unless I buy it physically. I don't fucking own it, and I've long since just accepted that fact of life. I recognize that even even like the like the comics I would buy digitally, I accepted that like the day I was like, you know what, I don't have it's the price I pay for not having enough space. Is that digital media, I just accept, I don't own this. I don't own this comic, I don't own this movie, I don't own this game unless I buy it physically.
That's right.
That's honestly, that is.
And electric media is becoming less and less physical.
Exactly.
Do you think the cloud gaming is for anybody's benefit but the fucking CEOs?
Oh God, no.
It's not to make life easier. It's not to bring something new to the gaming experience.
It's to take away your ownership.
100%.
So they can sell it to you again.
As somebody, listen, I like the age group that we're in, right? Because usually, like, I feel like sometimes I'm talking to you. This is dope age group, but I know some of y'all, at least some of y'all,
He's pointing at me.
do not remember.
He's like, "That motherfucker
I don't
right
know.
there."
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what do you know Netflix as? Do you remember Netflix as being a fucking red envelope?
Yeah,
that
I know. I
used-
remember.
right?
I remember.
I mean, I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, I know. We
We do.
But here's the thing. Yeah. But let me tell y'all something.
I had
that
the 3.
was
I had the 3 movie plan.
yeah. I had the
No
game
late
plan.
fees. No
Ooh,
late fees. Remember?
I upgrade to like the 6 or 8 movie plan at one point, but we're not gonna talk about why.
I actually had a GameFly account instead of creating a Netflix account for gaming.
Oh my
I had the
God.
GameFly account so I can send me the games in a cheap ass envelope. Go ahead.
Yep.
No, I had it too. I
That
had it
was
too.
that was the toll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was the thing, and there was nothing anybody could do to stop it.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? And eventually, please believe, the hard media will go away too. Maybe not completely, but what I could buy an LP today. Does that mean that LPs like, oh no, they still make LPs? Yeah, they make LPs, but come on, that's just dead. And you got to go to some fucking hipster fucking store and find your LPs. That it's not for real. Video games it's gonna happen.
It's the same.
It's gonna
thing.
happen.
Yeah, I mean, it already is, in my opinion. I think it already kind of is. I do want to say real quick, shout out, because sometimes when I read questions, I don't think about like, oh yeah, person. But no, shout out to Gavin, who is some of y'all may or may not know. Gavin's the artist for Birds of Prey right now.
Oh shit!
Also, by my estimation, I mean, not I say it as a like that's like the only thing they do, which is not true. But no, actually, some of the a lot of really cool books that I actually like. You never realize sometimes when you're making or not making stuff, but when you're like reading stuff, you're just like, oh yeah, dude. I always like knowing things, but yeah. Which, by the way, shout out to Gavin, because if I'm not mistaken, Superman 78, and I think I'm trying to remember what was the other one. I'm blanking on like the other one.
Oh, you need me to Google it? I'll Google shit right now.
This man's about to go. He's not about to go. First off, I just want to make clear he's not about to Google shit. This man's about to go to Chat GPT. He's about to go to Chat GPT.
Nah, it's not. I can't do it for new shit. If you
that's
did
true,
everything
that's true.
before, if you did anything before April of 2024, I'll chat.
This motherfucker said before April of 2024. I'm fucking dead. No, but no, I also, but I wanted to highlight what Gavin just said. I want to shout out. I want to shout out some advice that Gavin just put in the chat a little bit ago.
No one cares that you're a person. You're an artist. You're a professional artist for a comic book company. That's all anybody cares about.
Look, wait.
Just say JK, because people believe y'all.
Yeah,
say
I'm saying you have to
something like.
You have to put Kappa behind it.
Hold on, time out. Am I JK? Because if he was just Gavin Guidry, the guy who's an insurance salesman, would you be saying shit right now? No.
I mean, but they makes comments.
They're not. That's why you're dope, Gavin. That's why you're dope. Okay. I'm sorry. Your mother loves you for you. We love you because you draw comics. Okay.
I mean,
do you spell a white girl, a TikTok white girl? So take some fucked up shit. Double down. Hey Gavin, if you wait 3 minutes, he's gonna hit you with the apology video. That's the cycle right there. Go
ahead. Wait. Do I need to get the apology music? Do I need the apology music out?
I don't do apologies.
No, we committed to the vid. Do it.
No. Wait, are you sure? Because I mean, I got it ready, dude. I mean, I got you.
I can't hear your sound though.
Wait. You.
The way his eyes just light up with the glasses.
He's ready.
I want you to. I was like, man, come on, I got you, man. I got you. I got you.
That apology video is gonna be dope.
I mean, I'm ready for it. He's like,
first of all, I apologize for you being a bitch. It was not my intention. Your feelings hurt.
That's it. That's it.
Sorry, I didn't know I was gonna hurt your feelings.
That was not my intentions. I didn't realize you were so sensitive. Sensitive. That's the word right there. That's the sensitive is the fighting words one. That's I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I didn't realize you were that sensitive. I'm apologizing. Why are you punching me in the face?
It's like, wait a minute. He's like, why are you beating my ass? Like,
yeah.
What's
like apologizing to this dude?
The Kevin Hart meme when he's getting jumped and he's looking up.
He's like what the fuck?
What I do?
All right, now go ahead. Read that. Read that.
He's like, this motherfucker. Look, I feel like I do need to have the apology music. I need to have the apology music ready for y'all. I
was about to drop some advice. Like I got some real good advice, and we just started roasting them. We ain't shit.
Look, I'll just say this. Gavin Goodry said even working full-time drawing a single issue for DC and Marvel is a full 4 to 6 week commitment, which is like, god damn, when you think about that, it's like a lot. Because you're starting out ahead of time as well. You're starting out like because you have like a runway of so much time before like. Because I think like the way it usually like lines up, by the time you see the issue's probably been done for like a few months. So like or like at least
in
3 to 4 months or something like that.
Unless
somewhere in around that.
Unless you're a pro like Ethan Van Sciver, and then a single issue is like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah,
you know
dude. Yeah. Wait. Oh my god. I wasn't sure where you were going to go with that at first. Can I ask a question? Can I ask a real question?
Subverting expectations.
There you go. Can I ask a real question?
What's up?
Is Cyberfrog out?
What? Yeah. He keeps releasing the same issue over and over again, different variants.
It's actually Crazy Frog.
Oh my god. Anyway, we have this motherfucker.
It's your fault. Don't look at me that way.
Yeah. It was me. It was me. It was me that did it. I totally copped to it.
Imagine if my joke is what caused a delay of Birds of Prey.
Hey, look, let me tell you something.
Butterfly effect, bro. That would be dope as shit. That'd be fucked up for the fans, but that'd be dope as shit.
Not for his pocketbook, but yes,
that's what I was about to say. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, but like, okay, not often are you part of something that can change the course of something that's gonna go down.
Yeah, something that's bigger than us, right?
Yeah.
Like another man's job.
No,
like another man's job.
It's like, we're just gonna fuck up his whole bag.
Part of something big, like being able to feed himself and his family.
Before you start shifting blame, this is your fault.
Like, wait. Yeah. But like, first of all. Fuck, he needs money for. No, no. In all seriousness,
Look, if there's one thing I know about artists, it's super easy for them to make money. Like art and money.
Easy, synonymous. You can't.
Come on, man. So look, man. Look, all you got. You just got to draw them funny pictures. That's all. You just got to draw those funny pictures.
No. To do the apology now, because.
I guess we might need to get to the apology. I don't know. Let me cue this motherfucker. Oh my god, I hate it here sometimes. So I have this pulled up. We're gonna take a look at this, and it's gonna be great, and everybody's.
This was supposed to happen last week. I apologize, y'all. I would say I was busy and I had a lot going on, but really I just forgot.
Okay.
I mean that's fair.
Why you? Nobody was accusing you. You could just let it ride.
I was talking to chat. I'm introing the video.
Yeah, but like you took blame for something nobody was accusing you. Like
no, it's called being transparent and honest.
Yeah. Okay, translucent. Man. Like let's not.
This motherfucker. Anyway, you know what? We're just gonna do the thing. We're gonna do the thing, and we're gonna do the thing. Nobody is gonna be the wiser. Hopefully it plays. If it doesn't play audio, I'll have to mess with something. But hopefully it just does. Hopefully it just does what it's supposed to do. We'll see. Let's see. Oh, it did the thing it's supposed to do.
Man and internet merged into a new being. A human needs dopamine every 10 seconds or
Wait, is that the second time we've seen that? Never mind.
What's up, everybody? It's the Elite X1 coming to you once again with another Nerds and Culture indie game recommendation. And this week, we're going to be looking at Mullet Mad Jack, developed by Hammer 95. Mullet Mad Jack is a 90s anime-inspired retro future boomer shooter with roguelike speedrun style gameplay. It's a game that has no shame about how perky it is as it takes you on an adrenaline-filled journey to an anime world unlike any we've seen.
He just like slide kick a bunch of people.
The main character, Jack, is a contestant in a game show of death. His purpose with helping billionaire robots keep their AI god entertained and alive with dopamine. But Jack's true mission is to kill them all and rescue a hostage held up in a tower. To catch all this madness, your life's on a 10-second timer that only gets extended by stylishly murdering robots and grabbing special items. Take too much damage, aka lose too much time, and when the timer hits 0, your run is over. The whole experience is truly something rare and unique right now. It's not reinventing the wheel, but it is a breath of very fresh air for this genre. Mullet Mad Jack is a triple shot of espresso served right out of the barrel of a shotgun.
Mullet Mad Jack.
Oh, it's coming out May 15th, guys.
So it's available now.
Well, you know what that means? That means you can go and pick it up today.
Yeah. Thank you, Elite X1 for that. Thank you, me for editing that. Also, it was in the Latin. That was one of the games for the Latin segment of the expo that just got done. So
they actually had quite a few games actually that were pretty baller.
I ain't gonna lie though, Microsoft kind of showed out. I was like, oh shit, the 360 days are coming back. Fable. This is why we can't have anything nice.
No,
we just got done with an indie segment. These people out here trying to make money and like, yeah, okay, that's nice, but
Xbox, Microsoft, am I right? Microsoft, man.
Can you imagine me, the developers of that game in the chat? Like, all right, like, yeah, that's great. But anyways, Microsoft coming out with some shit. I'm like, man, god damn it, man.
Are you salty because you called strays in the beginning of the show?
No, I'm just saying. I just thought it was funny. It's irony.
He's just saying.
Yeah, how about you just say less?
I'm just saying. IJS. Winky face.
This motherfucker. Anyway.
I'm gonna give two of you that game because apparently I'm not a man of the people now.
He's like, hey, I mean,
hit me up on Discord. I got you.
Look. I mean, I give them this. Microsoft does. They do promote indie games, but they also sure be real quick to fire indie people. They love indie games. They don't like indie devs.
Facts.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Damn.
I'm also for real. The first two that hit me up, I will give you a Steam code for that game.
It's like most of them. They love your work. They just don't love paying you for it.
Yeah, you ain't shit.
EBS. You ain't shit.
You ain't shit.
Damn.
And I love you for it. I love you for it. I love you for it. That is
this is what happens when you get a struggling artist mad.
Hey, I'm just look. Let's just be real. Yeah.
Look, the only reason
all
why
I saw is the truth.
Hey, no. See, y'all need to leave EV. It was because he said he was voting for Trump. That was it. Everything. His whole life was destroyed after that. Just that one thing, nothing else.
Nothing else. It was never anything else that he said, did, or anything.
Of course not.
But that said, yeah, I think that's it.
That's good.
I think that's
good
it.
energy.
I think that was
good
good.
energy.
I think you know what? I guess Robo, you took us out last week, I think, right? Man, dude, look at that. Can't believe I actually remember back that far.
You remember my birthday? That's wild.
Yeah.
I'm still tripping about that.
So true story.
I'm not sure whether or not to be impressed or scared a little bit.
So true story. I remember it because this is gonna show some age here. But when you were still doing IFLC.
And still.
Yeah,
IFLC had like 6 followers.
Well, no, I remember. I think it was
right here.
It was. Well, hey, look, hey. Keep your foot off the neck, man. I was there.
You were there.
But, yeah,
that
was it. But no, when you, I think it was your birthday, and
the shout out videos?
Yeah, the shout out videos.
Yeah.
And Ree was the one who told me, and I just put it in my calendar. So.
That's what's up.
The best part of those videos.
Okay. That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
I'm so bad with birthdays that she's probably asleep by now. I just recently, so I knew my wife's birthday, but it was always between these 2 numbers. Like I kept mixing them up. I'm like, is it this one? Is it 19? Or I think it was like 19 or 13. For some reason, don't ask me. I don't know. 19 or 13. And then my son was like, well, you know, my birthday. I'm like, yeah, it's February 9th. And he's like, well, it's 9. Just it's the 19th. And I'm like, this is the first year that I don't have to guess anyone. 19, because Ben's not. Dude, I'm so bad with dates, names, all that shit.
I mean, I full disclosure, I can remember dates for dumb shit. Shit that doesn't matter. But I can't remember dates for things that are like incredibly important. Like,
by the way, can I just say one thing about that? I love that video, that stream with the birthday shout outs. But my favorite part is watching Ree wait for Robo's reaction. And Robo and then Robo look up. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's like, it's the last time I do anything nice for you.
Does it? I don't know how to.
Look. It was like, oh, and then like, you know, every time, oh my God, it's
but
so
I was happy though. I was happy, right? I smiled.
Well, no, I get it because I have a similar kind of thing.
Damn.
I don't get excited for a lot of shit. And I mean, I do, but I have a weird way about showing it. So like, yeah when it, whenever like no one needs to ever see the video of me finding out, that we were having a daughter, like back when like we were weird, silly libs who thought that was still like a cool thing to do, to have a gender reveal.
Kids.
Well, no, having a gender reveal, having a gender reveal,
like, wow,
like it.
This abortion joke is gonna get dark.
Hey,
no.
You right now, I still think it's right. A lot of people don't agree, but Manny's like, I think it's fine. I'm like, listen, you're literally just be like, hey, everybody, let's have a party to see if my kid has a penis or a vagina.
Yeah,
Who wants to know the genitals? It's like,
yeah, that's. Like and when and when I opened up the little, because it was like a bag that had like it was gonna have a blue or pink shirt in it, and like it was and there was a lot that went into it. It was also because like technically Cynthia kind of hinted, or she said something that I felt was a hint that it was going to be a boy, but then like when we got to the thing and when I pulled out a pink shirt, I had confusion on my face. Not because like I was disappointed, but because I was confused. I was like, I could have sworn she said something that made me think it was gonna be a boy. So like I have this really weird look on my face, and like Cersei has seen it, so she knows, but like I had to explain to her why I looked confused.
Daddy is not disappointed.
Yeah, I said it's not disappointment that's on my face, it's confusion. Like genuine, like weapons grade confusion. Because I'm just like,
so I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say this, and then somebody sign us out because we'll just keep talking forever.
Oh yeah.
Statistically, this is somebody in the chat, and I just want to say before I say this thing, I'm not sorry. If you have ever, if you have, I don't know. You're right. Actually, usually you're like, I'm not being that bad. Like, you're right though. Today I'm extra. I don't know why. I think it's the Adderall.
Hey, hold on.
If you
said I'm
have,
right. Can I savor this for 2 seconds? You said I'm right.
If you have ever been extra happy, I mean, like because you wanted one or the other, or extra unhappy, especially that one, actually, because of the gender reveal, you're a part of the problem.
Yeah.
Oof.
And you're a weirdo. I think it's so fucking weird when you see dudes get super angry because a pink cloud came up. Like,
it's not a
bro,
boy.
Your daughter's gonna see that one day. Like you really hate fucking women that much that that's it. I'm saying.
Or even just
that's all I'm saying. You're a weirdo.
Well, even just like even now, I will say this. That's and this is how you can kind of like a tree date. I guess, or carbon date or whatever. Count
the rings and cut you and have count your rings.
Yeah, this is how you could tell the moment that I kind of started shifting more progressive was because shortly after that, I kind of like stopped caring about like the whole, I didn't really care about having the gender reveal party in the first place. I think we actually did it more for like for the grandparents, but like. Yeah. When it came time to do the actual like baby shower, like we were very like, we don't want pink clothes. We don't want like girly, like super duper ultra mega like girly clothes. Cause like we don't like, we don't want her to have like
a trans son, right?
Okay, so no, by this point,
have they come out?
Not yet, but like the signs. Well, okay, so it would be shortly after, maybe like a year or two after Cersei was born, that Elliot would, come out as non-binary. And then it would be like a little late. It'd be like we're still talking about another like 3 years later before, he came out as,
we're here for you, Gavin.
As trans. But yeah.
Just as a reminder, we started the sign out like 20 minutes ago.
Hey, look, I blame myself. Look, let me
every week.
Well,
at least we stop lying to ourselves. We used to say, we're only gonna go for an hour today.
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, bro, I don't think we're gonna go past 10 because I'm actually tired, bro.
Well,
meanwhile, 11 o'clock.
I don't know if anyone's ever noticed. Like, I don't even care about whether or not we go over on the cave anymore. Like, I just stopped giving a fuck. But here's what I'll say. You know what? I'll take us out because it'll be super fast. Thank you, kings, queens, cosmic beings, and everyone in between. Thank you for spending your evening with us. We've talked about a lot of really off the wall shit, and if you are somehow still here and are enjoying this, I would thank you to hit that like button if you've not already done so. Hit that subscribe button, and of course, if you have already been a fan of this channel, you're already subscribed, you've already hit that like button. Well, there's still more you can do. You can still go into the description of this video. Make sure you go check out Robo over at Left Face TV over on Twitch, also on YouTube as well, and TikTok. Go, show some love. Go tickle those little buttons, the subscribes, the follows, the notifications, all that stuff. Robo is a fantastic political streamer. Has really awesome takes on a lot of things. Matter of fact, if you enjoy any of the takes that we have shared here on the stream, then I would dare say you're going to get more of the same, but from Robo. Also, you can go check out the homie Cypher of Just Chris Cypher, also on YouTube and on TikTok, as well as Cypher _world on Twitch, and make sure you and I think you're on the gram as well, not Cypher World, but like just Chris Cypher on Instagram as well. So yeah, go check out all those things. Cypher has really funny ass skits that you should totally check out. When you hear his joke about, hey, that's a skit, and you probably wind up seeing it later. Go check those out. Make sure you go tickle the little like button, subscribes, notifications, all that good stuff. Make sure you go do all those things. I'm gonna try and be better about getting the podcast version of this out a little bit sooner. Some of you may notice that sometimes it doesn't come out till like Saturday or Sunday. I'm gonna try and be better about that, but I make no promises. I'm a very busy person. And keep it locked. We'll be back next week. We got the Blerd Cave coming up Saturday, so make sure you tune in for that. And I don't really have any other announcements or anything like that to give. So yeah, that said, we always do the thing, so I'm gonna do it here. No different than usual. So for Robo of Left Face TV, for Cypher of Just Chris Cypher, I am the Blerd without fear. And Firecracker, you can go to hell.
No.